Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wheeland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd. And tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players. And we are going on a journey into the far-flung future of 2020. No, that's not true. We are going into a cyberpunk future, and we are playing the box set fresh from Gen Con 2019.
Is it shiny?
The Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart kit from our Talsorian Games.
I might have licked it a little.
I could smell it. We've been very excited.
Sarah, how much garlic did you eat?
Yeah, you might want to go see a dentist.
That is pungent.
You make one lick joke and the entire table just starts
Turns
putting the
on
boots
you.
in.
At least I don't have to worry about vampires.
Yeah. So, we are very excited to be playing Cyberpunk Red, as it is called. This is a new edition of the classic role-playing game created and designed by Mike Pondsmith. And it has been something of a big flash release. I believe they sold out of all the physical kits at Gen Con. And some of that has to do with it being a very classic RPG, and a new edition of old RPGs always tend to, generate a lot of buzz right when they're released. But also, it's important because it is the connective tissue between the classic tabletop RPG Cyberpunk 2020 and the upcoming video game Cyberpunk 2077 from CD Projekt Red. And
I just had a brilliant idea.
Are we flying to the Project Red?
We should start a McElroy Brother style show so that we can be voice actors in the game.
I feel like at this stage, they probably already have a lot of that done.
Yeah.
If anyone knows,
Just like random people wandering in the background, like,
if anyone knows how to contact Keanu Reeves, we'd love to play with him.
good to see
In a game,
you.
play with him in a game. In the game, have him
Just
play at the
keep going.
table.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yeah.
And all of you are really lucky tonight, because tonight you get to watch us all play
Still a
together,
Ted
but
reference.
really just wish Keanu Reeves was here.
I just want to introduce him to my dogs.
Instead of like when you're drifting off and it's like your initiative turn, I'll be like, "Hey, Keanu, come on!" Sorry, we were on a beach,
No,
Right.
I don't even have crazy. I just want to meet him, shake
You
his
just
hand.
have normal
and tell
sex dreams about him.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to
Have
meet
you
him,
watched
shake
Always
his
Be
hand, and
My
tell him
Maybe
he's a
yet?
nice person.
No.
That's all really I want to
You
do.
should.
It's on the list.
It's not
It's
even
right up your alley.
I don't want to do anything untoward. I just want to be like, you're a wonderful person, and I want to shake your hand. So if Keanu Reeves, you were out there, hi.
For those of you who had
You're stunning.
under
You're breathtaking.
9 minutes
You're breathtaking.
on the Keanu until the first Keanu reference pool, you may collect your winnings after our show. So Cyberpunk Red is the connective tissue between the classic RPG Cyberpunk 2020 and the upcoming 2077. And I think Cyberpunk has been interesting for me because, and I talked a little bit about this on my Patreon article, but playing this game is a little bit like switching your favorite brand of coffee. Because my first RPG that I fell deeply, madly in love with was Shadowrun, which is often considered the sort of rival of Cyberpunk. And Shadowrun deals with a lot of the same themes, but it's has fantasy elements to it as well. Because, let's face it, for a 10-year-old boy, what's cooler than a game full of machine guns? A game full of machine guns that you can then shoot at dragons. So I grew up, in this rivalry. I grew up on the other side of the fence, but having looked at the box set and everything that's coming out for it, I'm very excited to delve into this world with this crew. And this is also a lot of times when we decide to play things, I'm the one who is like, I would like to play this, and everyone else is like, sure. And this was one that I mentioned in passing, and everyone was like, that game looks so cool. We have to do it. Come on, let's get it. So this is a democratically elected RPG. So we're gonna do a tiny little unboxing here. So that's the front box there.
Oh, I can see inside and you can't.
Yes, quickly tape that camera to Tony's forehead. We have the standees. Ooh. That is some great enthusiasm. You guys you're killing it.
Only the highest density plastic.
This is the rule book, which contains the
Rules.
the character creation, the combat rules, the net running rules, basically all the basics that they're doing. Because this is an introductory box set, they don't have everything that's going to be in the core set, but it's enough to get by, especially for tonight.
Gotta be ready to run those nets.
Right. Then we have the easy reference page, which has bad guy stats, how to do combat, what all the cyberware does, etc., etc., etc. That's for me, so I'm not going, wait, hold on a second, guys. Then we have the world book, which talks about the countdown and some of the stuff that happened between the end of the line of Cyberpunk 2020 and when this takes place, which is known as the Time of the Red, which was it's a time of upheaval, and the old order is falling and the new order is rising. So that way, it's good for me because that means that, and for us, because we don't have to worry necessarily about, well, you know, actually, this corporation was only built in this time of year and blah 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 blah. This also has the adventurers. There's one full one, and there are 3 what they call scream sheets, which are basically sort of one-page quickies. And I want to talk about that a little bit before, but I want to finish the thing. Then we have character sheets. These are the pre-generated characters that you can use, and all you really need to do is pick a thing and go. We opted to hack and create our own versions of these characters. So we'll go around and introduce them as we play here. But if you just want to, if you're not interested in that, they have bios and everything, and you can just kind of drop and go. And then we have the character punch-outs that go with the little standy bits, and the always fun maps, which I actually really like the maps because finding modern / cyberpunk maps is very rare. Like, you can find a ton of fantasy, castle-y maps, but ones that are, oh look, here's a dive bar, and here's a outside of a dive bar. Very, very hard to find.
Here's the parking lot.
Here is the phone booth next to the dive bar. And then,
to imagine, where do people mostly get into fights? Outside in a parking lot. So that's like the most important.
My favorite bit are
they usually take it outside.
Are the Cyberpunk branded, the 6-sider and the 10-sider, and the pack of them that comes with this. These are mine. I will kill you all if you take them.
Sorry, I know where you live.
No, you can't lick them. Who said that? Was that you?
No, that was not me.
It wasn't me. It was the ghost of Keanu Reeves.
I have no desire to
these are the dice that are going to be murdering people here tonight.
Yeah.
I see. What? No. Mine.
Them all on one.
So that is the Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart kit. I would tell you to go to your friendly local gaming store to pick them up, but as I said, they sold through a big chunk of them at Gen Con. I don't know how many remain, but you can.
I've heard all of them, all their print run.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you can't.
But
we did see some on eBay for a lot of money.
Yes, you can if you want to pay $300. But you can go to Drive-Thru RPG and their PDF store and buy the electronic version. which is what I use to print out these character sheets. So, now that the commercial part is over, I know you're very excited to hear all that stuff. Let's talk a little bit about characters. So, the preset characters have backgrounds and everything all filled out, but they do offer the option in this version to roll up different backstories for your characters using their life path system. And life path is something that is a carryover from the original Cyberpunk, which helps you generate a character backstory. A lot of times, character backstories can be very challenging because you're trying to hit a middle target between, I don't know, I'm a guy, I do stuff, and here's my 45-page novella of what happened up until age 10 of my character. And in my
Never done that before.
we all have. It's okay. In my experience, these days I tend to lean more towards the thinner type of character backstory because it's easier to explore in play. Even though it's all made up, it can be difficult for a player to, if they've already decided this is why my character does this thing for this reason, to take advantage of a story opportunity to illustrate that. That's why in TV shows, you kind of, characters are very broadly defined, and then you refine them, and as you meet go through more adventures, you find out, that's the reason why they're so angry all the time is because they lost that person, or that person is still alive, and so on and so forth. The life paths, I think, however, are great because they generate a something of a like writing prompts. Like, it's 1 to 2 words, short motivations, short things, enemies and friends, romantic relationships, all that stuff. And we did that for the characters on our Discord, which if you are a Patreon member, you can go and see. Now, how much of that we'll get to tonight, we'll see. We only have 3 hours, but it's there, and I think it's done I think it's done a good job of getting myself and the players more excited about these characters because they have all these little bits and pieces that they're waiting to kind of bounce off of and hook into things and so on and so forth. Like, for example, I will say that one of the characters' enemies is the big bad guy for tonight's adventure. So, and that wouldn't have happened had we not gone through and done these pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of a mini session 0. Normally we do session 0s for our series where we sit down, make characters, and BS for hours on end, and we didn't really have the time to pull that off for this. But that might be something that if we do come back to Cyberpunk, we might redo and retcon. I think anything that happens in game will probably stick, but any pieces that didn't pop up, we can easily go, that was the pilot episode. Nobody likes that actress. Forget them. It's fine.
Previously on Cyberpunk.
Right. I'm like, I can't believe they cast her as Inara. What? Anyway. So we're going to talk a little bit about the characters that have made, and we're going to talk a little bit about the scenario that we've chosen for tonight. The scenario that we've chosen is called The Apartment. And it kind of took me off guard. This is a scenario that Mike Pondsmith has been running at conventions for years. And typically, in my experience, in the cyberpunk genre, the classic adventure that you have is you all meet in a neon punk bar with a shadowy suited individual who hires you to do some sort of corporate shenanigans, and you go on a heist style mission into a black bag facility, sneak around, shoot some people, steal some stuff, run away, get betrayed by the guy who's going to pay you, and then hopefully you survive to the next mission.
Oh, you gave it up.
Yeah, sorry. Spoilers, everybody. Sorry. I should have. Well, that's the thing, though.
Well, let's all go home.
Yeah, good night, everybody. The mission that is in the box, the apartment, is not like that at all. And instead, it struck me more even like the way that they used to write cities in White Wolf, where it's more like here are the major NPCs, here are situations you can use, and just kind of stitch a thing together from those pieces. So when I run the apartment here tonight, it's going to be different than when somebody else will run it at their house, or if you get the pack and run it, it's going to be different when you run it. And that's in addition to whatever character bits that we've woven in from everybody's backstory. So that really impressed me that they went that route instead of a, sort of tip, like the other Scream sheets in the box are more like that hired by a corporate dude to go do a thing adventure, but the fact that the sort of the lead foot adventure is very different really, really excites me. So having said that, what they talk about is the adventure is called The Apartment because it is set in and around an apartment building in Night City. Night City is the signature setting for Cyberpunk, and it is a city that sort of rose up in the hinterlands of Northern California, that was essentially built directly to corporate interests rather than a city that has grown. It also, I think that way they do it, they kind of get a little bit of that DC freedom of like, well, nobody's going to argue like, well, on 7th Street that's not where the hot dog vendor is located, and it's because it's a fictional city, nobody cares. And in Night City there is a building. There is a 5 story apartment building where tonight's story is going to take place. At the bottom level of that building, there is a small tech shop full of, that's half repair shop, half cell phone kiosk, kind of, maybe even junky cheap toys that you can buy for a couple of Euro dollars, aka Eddies.
I feel like it has like a little dog that
Yep. My kid got one from State Fair. It is a demon. Yeah. It has like glowing green eyes. Like I
anything like the Furbies used to be.
It looks possessed. Like, not like Furbies were kind of uncanny, but this I'll have to take a video and post it. It's like ugh. I'm scared. Thanks, Auntie Boo Boo, for buying that.
She doesn't have
so there's a mishmash of these devices. But anyone on the street will tell you that in the back, there is a much cleaner, relatively, safer space, where you can get cybernetics implanted. You can get small. You can get basically a sort of low key, down low urgent clinic. That you can go and get some medication or get that cough taken care of, and that is run by our resident tech, who please introduce yourself at this time.
Hello, everybody. My tech's name is Evie Edger.
Yes, but who are you?
Nobody wants to know who I am.
I do!
I'm Jordan Fishburne. I am a member here at Theater of the Mind Players and general corporate shill. But
and you're remarkable.
Yeah. And I'll be playing Dr. Evie Edger, who runs the Quick Fix Clinic in the back room of her Quick Fix kiosk repair shop on the first floor of this apartment complex. I feel like at the moment Evie is encrypting files in order to make sure that nobody knows who the F her patients are.
Okay. So now
she's on the DL.
Yeah, so she can keep files without them getting fucked.
At the Quick Fix Clinic, is the Quick Fix Clinic? That's gonna be a birch to say.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
Rob.
You're welcome.
UFC.
Twinsies.
Are you? So, do you help people that don't have corporate insurance?
Yes. I know.
You help common street people?
I do.
Street youths.
You know,
They're
that
pronounced
must
Utes.
have been what got me fired from my job.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah.
So so are you the owner of this building?
Yes.
Okay.
The entire apartment complex is under my name. But for anybody who checks the records, Quick Fix kiosk is owned by just some random person. They I don't even know if like
Is it like an
anybody-
obviously fake name? Is it like Mickey Mouse? Come on.
I think it's like Mickey Mouse MAUS.
No. You've got like 3 levels of LLCs that lead to a completely fake identity that lead to another LLC.
Yeah. Well, that is true. I mean, my character is a med tech. She falls under the techie category. That's what I'll be using here today. So I feel like if she wanted to like make a trail so like headache inducing in order to just annoy people into not checking into it further, that's sort of what she did when she did the setup.
Okay. Well, did you enlist the help of, say, a Netrunner to perhaps obfuscate this even further?
I think I did.
All right. So before we cut focus away from you, what I want you to do is roll a d6 for me, please.
I don't like this game.
He's already on edge.
I've been on edge all day.
5.
So if you look on your character sheet where there's the stat lines,
Yeah.
that's the stat line I want you to use.
Oh.
The
So-
5
Oh,
one?
I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this at
That,
all.
okay.
So if you look at the stat lines,
That's
you'll
not the
see
worst.
there are a bunch of different stats. So
Oh, no.
int is intelligence.
Who's being over the top now, Tony?
REF is reflex. DEX is dexterity. TECH is tech. That's how good you are at techie things. Cool is how good you are at interacting with people and staying cool and looking cool. Will is your willpower. Luck is your ability of fortune. Those points you can spend to add on to dice rolls afterwards to hopefully exceed. Move is how quickly you move. Body is how kind of strong and strapping your character is, and empathy is how good you are with other people.
Oh, okay.
Then underneath that, you'll see where your skills are. You'll see how your skills pan out by adding the attribute that they say plus whatever number is in there. So the way that this system works is actually very simple. You're going to take your D10, you're going to roll it, and you're going to add that number to the skill plus the attribute trait, and that will give you a number. And if that number exceeds the difficulty that I want you to succeed, that's what you're going to do.
Okay.
There is a slight wrinkle to that rule that I'm going to talk about right now because it is a house rule. In the way that the rules are written, if you roll a 1 or a 10, a 1 is a critical failure, a 10 is a critical success. And the way that they handle that in the rules as written is if you roll a 10, you roll another d10 and add it to that roll, and that's...
Okay, so it pops.
Yeah, so it pops. And then if it's a 1, it pops, but it pops negatively.
Ooh,
But...
rude.
I prefer the critical success failure thing. It just
Yeah.
makes me feel like way less sad about the failures.
Well,
Couldn't get a 1-1, then it's at least positive.
well, here's the thing. I'm changing that. What's going to happen instead is if you roll a 10 or a 1, you set that die aside, and then you re-roll and you add the new die. If you roll a 10, that means that you get a success and. So like, oh, I hacked the thing and nobody found me.
Okay.
Whereas if you rolled a 1, you would get a success but. Like, oh, I hacked the thing, but I... left my digital fingerprint there, so somebody's going to track me at some point. That's my preference for more hippie indie narrative stuff. If I don't think of anything cool to do for that stuff, I may just have you use the default rule. But in a lot of cases, it seemed like the difficulty number, if you like there's not like a degree of success in this game where like, oh, I beat it by +10 or whatever. It doesn't really matter. So I felt that was a better way to do that. So
Just makes you feel better about yourself.
well, yeah. Okay, so thank you for that brief dash into game designer theory. Let's focus on over to our Netrunner. So where are you and what are you doing in the building?
Me?
Yeah.
I am probably. I can't decide if I'm like in the random closet back in the clinic, like working on making sure your stuff is secure, or if I'm actually like working in front.
I think that depends on what you'd want. Like, I feel like the front isn't manned very often, or womaned very often, or personed very often.
People.
But
But it also looks like, sure, you could be hacking the crap out of something, but if people walk in, they just see you at the counter working on a computer.
Well,
I mean,
how's your cool?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
What range is your cool
Yeah.
in?
8 to 10.
Oh, you're
Oh,
probably
yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Age of the Geek, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm probably like in a hammock in the front, just like hacking the friggin' planet.
I feel like what I
Hack
would have
the
done is
planet.
make sure the kiosk was set up with like a self-serve station so that if people like really wanted something, they could like select an option and then they'll actually get like an attendant to help them.
Okay. So
that way you can take a nap if you want.
So maybe that's the scene is you're like kind of napping, and there's a like there's a kind of a tap on your shoulder.
Nah, just 5 more. Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Yeah.
No, my excuse me. And there's a curled old man shakily holding a thin slab of plastic. I dropped my agent and it stopped working. What can you help me? Are you the proprietor of this fine establishment?
I can totally help you. Is it cracked? Does it just not start up? Like it just... Let me see.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that d6.
Okay. Ah.
Like none of the stat lines are like terrible. Like none of them
There
are
are
like.
definitely good ones and bad ones.
Well,
I will say that.
Yeah.
It depends on what
Yeah.
you're aiming for.
For me,
though.
5 is good, and 3 is pretty bad.
1 is terrible on mine. 2 ain't great.
Cool. All right. What do I need to?
So what skills do you have
What do you mean?
under skills?
Yeah, I'm just
1 is
gonna.
5.
Athletics, basic
Probably
tech,
not.
brawling, concentration, evasion, interface, local expert, marksmanship, perception, persuasion, and stealth.
Let's go with a basic tech roll.
Okay.
So go ahead and take the ability plus the skill and roll a d10 and tell me what you get.
Are 10s exploding?
No, 10. Set them to the side and roll another one.
Do we need more than 1?
Pop, pop.
Or you can use that one again. Just
I'm gonna
now.
use it again.
I mean, we know it's a 10.
So it's a 4.
So add that to your ability.
So 14 plus the ability equals 24.
So you gotta don't add
Plus
the 10. So just add the 4.
So
To my
14.
ability.
Yeah.
So the 4 to the ability is 14.
Okay. Plus the skill level.
So the skill that you have on here.
Right, yeah. This
Oh,
is
you added-
basic tech.
Right.
My tech is at 7, plus 3 is 10.
Oh.
Okay.
And then
Thank
I
you.
rolled a 14.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You know how to do math. We should know that by now. You're much better.
Everyone is
Read
going to
character sheets.
slowly drift towards Tawny.
I bought you all a gift for me. They're addition blocks. They're dice. And then I also have another die that has a plus or minus on it. And then you can add them together so we can practice together. I was
Okay.
waiting for just this moment to come up. And it did.
So this is apparently what
See,
we'll
I
be
bought you
doing
a
during
gift for
the
me.
commercial
It's also a
break.
really cute dice bag.
Oh, I love that.
I did the math better Well,
No, Sarah, she's doing it
It's a
because
running
none of
joke.
us can count.
For
You're
reference,
good.
if you have not already listened to the top
God,
secret
it was
Neil
so-
Carter
Oh, no.
episode,
I had such a hard time listening to that one.
She wasn't here,
I wasn't
so
here.
we forgot how to count.
It was horrific.
Or,
Meh.
yeah.
Okay, sorry
So-
to stop the action, but I had to.
the agent I'm imagining is what the smartphone has evolved into, and I'm imagining it similar to for those who excuse me,
The Grizz
What?
in Parks and Rec.
no, more like if you watch The Expanse, kind of the like
Yes.
little clear plastic. Like I imagine it's like basically the size of like a credit card, and you just sort of. It displays the screen, but you can shoot it to things and blah 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 blah. And this poor old man, like it literally was, he turned it off and then he locked it, and you unlocked it, and you scan through his account,
Mhm.
and you realize that if you wanted to, you could basically set up a recurring loop so that the phone will still work, but the company will think that he is deceased and will not bill him.
Oh, I'm doing that.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Woo!
Down with the phone company, yo.
Dude, I got words. Yeah.
Here you go, sir. Oh, thank you. What do I owe you?
However much your bill would be for the remainder of your life.
No.
43 cents.
I like lean out of the back room
A
and
story.
move the curtain, and I'm like,
A story.
no cost.
What store? What do you mean?
What's your favorite memory?
I have to pick up my meds.
I also have. I'm really bad with people.
Tell me your story, old man.
Okay, I'm like Tawny already scares me being this close, but the eye
makeup?
pop out of the eye
Yeah.
pop, I'm like.
I am wearing turquoise mascara.
Yes.
Like a lot
Hopefully you
of
can hear the fear in my voice, podcast listeners. Many years ago, and I was once the captain of a ship, and we fade out to.
And I'm just like typing this all on my
Called the
phone.
Enterprise.
My name is Christopher Pye.
Oh no! That's the awful captain. I mean, oh, should I introduce myself too?
Yes.
Maybe.
Hi, I'm Sarah Babe. I'm playing the Netrunner. My Netrunner's name is Stux.
You can
All
send, all you Chris Pine lovers can send your hate mail to her.
Oh, Chris. It's
Oh.
Pike.
Also, didn't
Pine.
you introduce yourself incorrectly?
Did I?
Aren't you the Any nominated?
Ooh, any nominated podcaster, professional nerd, and fan favorite, Sarah Babe. Before
I'm gonna write
anybody
that on
else
a
gets
card
it.
for you or something.
Yeah, I just gotta put it up. It'll just
Teleprompter.
be- yeah, teleprompter. I don't know. Hi.
So, let's move on down the line here. Who are you and what are you doing?
I am Ethan Exit Anderson. I do stuff and make things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am playing the Nomad, named Boost.
Mobile.
That's a family name.
Well, I do travel a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
I'm
legit.
mobile.
It just did. Bubble.
You ruined our cyberpunk. Thanks. So, what does the camera catch you doing at this point?
I'd probably be pulling in to the apartment building with a load of equipment and materials to drop off at the clinic.
Okay. Is it stuff for the front of the clinic or the stuff for the back of the clinic?
Both.
Okay.
The front of stuff. The stuff for the front of the clinic is on top.
Yep.
Everything else is underneath.
Okay.
We run a like slick ship here.
Okay.
We got it. Mostly.
A slick ship at the Quick Fix Clinic. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Round and round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran.
You know New York, you need New York. You know you need unique New York. So, as you pull up, I think you get a visit from one of the other members of the building, and that is the Anderson family. The Anderson family is a group of 10 to 12 kids, ranging in ages from like 7 to 12.
Street Ute.
Street
And none of them are actually named Anderson. That's just the name that they get when they become part of the gang, which is why it's spelled with 2 N's and with 2 N's front, 2 N's in back.
And some X's on either side.
A small X, then a big X,
and then an
a big X,
underscore.
and then a small X.
And they meet you. What? Tell me about your sweet ass vehicle too.
It's a nondescript sedan.
Oh, right.
It's called smuggling.
Look into it.
Ethan has a family history.
Yeah.
It's smuggling.
It's a white windowless van.
Perhaps you should see the machine guns that I put on my Toyota Corolla.
No, not a Toyota Corolla. Those are stolen a lot.
Totally a Prius.
Yeah. The Honda Civic.
How's
Anyway.
a Prius nondescript?
Everyone has them.
Well,
Chevy
only in
Cruze.
our neighborhood.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I can't park without parking next to 4 other silver Priuses.
Thank God you got those stickers on the back.
I have absolutely done the thing where I've walked up to another car
Ooh,
in
yeah.
the same color that my wife's Prius is and been like, why isn't it? What is
What is that in the back seat?
What?
Oh shit!
Yeah, but
I don't have a baby.
So the kids start scooping cargo off of this like a well-oiled machine because they are like this is what you when you pull in, like you're used to having family members, you know, oh, we all pitch in, and these kids are you know, they're scooping up pieces and either running them to the front or running to the back, except for one. That would be the leader of the Andersons, the 12-year-old who calls herself Molly Mommy. And she is a wise, or a dark-skinned girl with tired eyes, who you know, walks up to you and says, "How was your trip?"
Fine. Nothing happened. Perfect.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Where's my money?
It's coming. I just gotta go pick it up.
Boost, we've done 3 loads for you. That's 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks that my brothers and sisters haven't been able to eat. And because they haven't been able to eat, they haven't been able to sleep. And because they haven't been able to sleep, I haven't been able to sleep. 3 weeks, Boost.
Cue Rihanna's bitch better have my money.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a shakedown from a 10-year-old man.
12!
12?
Thank you very much.
In packs, they're terrifying.
Yeah. I'm pretty positive I could only fight off like 3.
You're
I
not
just want to
wrong.
slowly
This
roll
is
up the
so
window.
funny.
So that's how it's going to be. Okay. All right, I see. And she pulls out a gun.
Oh shit!
Except it's like a toy gun,
Oh.
and she pulls the trigger and it goes like diddly 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 diddly, and all the kids stop right what they're doing.
Ooh. Ooh.
Roll back down the window.
You want to bust your ass putting all these boxes where they're supposed to go, because you know that if they don't go in the right spots, that Evie's gonna get on you.
Ooh, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble.
Do you know where the hydrochloroporzan goes? Do you know where the
I don't know what any of this shit is. I just pick it up.
Well then, my money. Have it to me by the end of the day, or we're not going to be loading that fourth run next week.
Okay.
And the kids go back to...
Oh, it's the little one that goes... I still have one of those that has literally been working for over 20 years. It's amazing.
Don't make them like they used to.
They don't.
This one's got neon lights on it, though.
It's Night City. Everything
Yeah.
has
Yeah. So, we cut to... Let me see where that... Okay. Cut to... Where are you sparring?
So I was thinking, is it possible that I have an apartment in the building? And I've just got
Yeah. I would imagine that all of you probably live
Yeah.
in this building.
And so I would imagine I probably have like a shitty falling apart punching bag just like hanging somewhere in the apartment.
90% new duct tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or neo duct tape.
Neo duct tape, yeah.
Vibro duct tape.
Vibro duct tape?
No, that's Star Wars. Vibro's everything is Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
pink and lime green and turquoise.
You with the umlaut?
Yeah.
Are you just doing unarmed combat or using your cyberware?
I think I practice more unarmed so that I have my regular skills honed, and then as soon as I've got the cybernetics, it's just like an extra boost.
Okay.
So
why don't you go ahead and give me a...
I never got my stats.
Oh, you didn't roll a d6.
yeah, you do it first.
Get your stats.
Damn it.
You got a 3.
Okay.
I got a 3. Damn
So
it!
is 3 the worst one on yours?
I think
no,
she just
it's
wanted
not.
to roll a
3's
6.
kind of
is what
okay.
she wanted to do.
I wanted a 5.
I got a 5.
Okay. So I rolled a 3.
Okay. Well, so now give me a d10 roll and give me a unarmed combat roll. I believe that's what it's called. It's
Brawl.
brawl.
Brawling.
Yeah.
Which is my dex.
I'm not actually
Plus
bad at brawling.
4. 10.
So re-roll.
I don't have anything above an 8.
Really?
6.
Makes you feel better. I only have tech above an 8.
6.
If I rolled a 5,
Plus
I
4,
would have
10.
4 things
Plus
at 10.
my dex. 15.
3.
Okay.
With a 10.
Poof, 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 poof. You really start to continue. You continue to beat these stuffings out of.
Did I break the punching bag again?
No. But you do hear you do get a knock at the door to your apartment after you let out a fresh flurry of attacks.
I take a second, put on my jacket, and then open the door.
And standing in the doorway is someone who also lives in the apartment who calls himself Royal. And you have the feeling that Royal is a solo like you.
Okay.
Primarily because he has he's also wearing a heavy armor jack suit of body armor like you. He's got platinum spiky hair, and then he has 2 cyber eyes that are multifaceted like jewels or insects.
Neat. Royal,
Winger.
can I help you?
Well, I was bored. I thought maybe you would like to take a couple swings at something that might actually hit back.
You gonna fight fair this time? Or you plan on fighting dirty?
Why start fighting fair now? You think they're gonna, Chumba? You think they're gonna fight fair out on the street? Look,
We ain't
I know-
street fighting here, are we?
Yeah, well, but you ain't exactly ring fighting anymore now, are you?
No, I guess not.
So come on.
All right, bring it.
So, the way that this combat works is you actually, in a combat action, you actually get 2 swings essentially.
Okay.
And easy reference. So you're going to give me 2 d10 rolls of your Dex plus Brawling plus 1d10, and he's going to do his as well.
Rob gets to roll dice.
I know. He rolled 2 ones.
Oh, sweet! I got a 9 and a 3.
Okay, so we'll add those both to your.
So 18 and 12.
All right. You throw down and actually, this is the reason why I brought these. Hold on. So, here's how
Face
this
in the ground.
here's how this fight goes. It's not gonna go well for Royal. So he goes for a snap kick to your knee, and you counter with a roundhouse kick.
Yeah, I do.
And he goes down, and you see his cyber legs start to seize, and you could absolutely just lay a massive knockout blow on him if you want to.
I don't want to KO him, but can I definitely get my elbow up in his throat, just so he knows that I could have?
Oh yeah.
But stop mere inches from
All right. Damn it.
Cyber arm or normal?
normal.
I gotta reboot these things. Hold on.
Sounds like you need to go see Evie.
And his cyber eyes kind of basically blink off and on for a second. Yeah. And he eases up and says that if I had the money to pay her, I would.
I'm sure she'd take a credit.
That's what she's already taken for the rent that I'm paying.
Ooh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Evie's a sweet girl, and she's very kind and generous, but I know that she's only got... You can only ask favors so many times, and...
Why don't you take a couple of shifts as her muscle?
She's really... that's what she's got the Andersons for. Those things are terrifying.
Sometimes.
Have you seen them sworn over?
You know how it gets.
Do you know how I once saw somebody illegally park out in front of this building? Do you know how quickly that car was stripped for parts?
Automatic windows do nothing.
Okay, join the Andersons for a minute. I hear they pay pretty good.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I gotta update these drivers and. Ah, well. You know what? You were right. I apologize for talking about your shady past.
It happens.
Well, I mean, you did the right thing from what you told me. You didn't take the dive.
Kind of just did what I had to do. I don't know if it was right or wrong, but...
Well, you're here instead of, fighting the main event in the Glitter Dome, so...
Don't I know it?
There's a glitter dome.
It's where you get glurpies.
Why are we not there right now?
Did you say glurpies?
Slurpees, glitter herpes,
They spread.
Man.
Pretty ferocious.
Can't get rid of them.
No.
Alright, well, if you,
I'll I'll keep an ear to the ground, man. If I hear of any work that needs doing, let you know.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And our oh, by the way, introduce who you really are.
Well, hi.
yeah.
I'm Tawny.
We're kind of doing this backwards, but it's fine.
I'm an actor, fight choreographer, and voiceover person here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is one of the reasons why I brought these fight cards, because she's really good at describing fight choreography, and I am not. I'm like, the punchy guy punches you with punches again.
And I'm like, I put my elbow into the...
Yeah, and the crook and the backflip and the flibble-zabble, and I'm like, okay, sure, you're right.
Solar plexus.
Yeah. All right, as we go to our final player, introduce yourself and...
Hello, I am Tony Cheek. I am an actor, writer, and voiceover actor. I also edit for the YouTubes. I am playing the rocker boy by the name of Jack Pulse. And
where is Jack, and what is he doing?
Jack Pulse is probably right now in a secret room in his suite, his nice apartment up on the top, finishing up probably.
So, okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Oh, he's basically probably finishing up a broadcast on his pirate station.
Okay.
You're not spinning the discs?
No.
Is that what they call it?
No.
Okay.
I really don't think so.
I think it's called DJ.
Disc jockey.
So what are you finishing up your
Jazzy
broadcast with? Is it a song? Is it a manifesto?
No, yeah, it's a song. I'm finishing up a song that is basically just a song that is like a way to like say goodbye and like remember keep rebellion up and get everybody pumped.
Keep rebelling the tapes.
Yeah.
You gotta fight for your
right
to party.
Copyrighted.
It's a pirate
Yeah.
radio station,
That's
man.
true.
But this one's you gotta, neophyte.
I think the way he ends it is, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, high tech, low life. See you next time.
All right. The grid transmission disconnects. So, and you see the listener count sort of tick back down. In the time of the red, the worldwide net has collapsed, but there are local grids that are are still mostly functional, and then they sort of patchwork their way to a larger net. And your broadcasts are one of the most popular in the local grid area. At the very least, the most popular that isn't a sanctioned corporate.
So does this take place shortly after Snake Plissken escapes LA and hits the button?
Dear God.
Yes.
I will not be mad if we play the same universe.
Welcome to the Escape-verse. So what do you normally do after a broadcast?
After a broadcast, he probably, immediately after, he probably checks his computers and makes sure that there's nobody trying to locate him.
Okay.
Trace him. And then once he's done with that, he probably just sits back and...
Well, you actually have now. You actually have your. Stux is not the only Netrunner living in the building. There is an older Netrunner who calls himself Div.
Div.
And he just turned in his phone to get repaired.
I was just checking. You did okay.
Divex.
No. Well, maybe. And and he actually comes walking in, and he's like, "Oh man, Price, that was such a cool show, man. Like, it really got me in my chakras, and I loved it so much."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
where do you find all of these artists? Like, how do you snap them up before they get blow dried and tapiocaed by the media corporations?
Div, I'm going to be honest with you. I understood about half of that.
Basically, imagine if you're trying to envision Div. Imagine a old school, a like burnout hippie, and a trapper keeper threw up all over him.
Oh.
Can Lisa Frank? Lisa Frank, right?
Oh,
yeah. like Lisa Frank's cool grandfather.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actually, he has a cyber hand that's a vape.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And then the smoke comes out from between his fingers.
Oh, God.
Does it play Purple Haze?
No, I couldn't afford that version, man.
Oh, man.
You just smell the Jolly Ranchers.
And the creme brulee.
Glad,
Yeah, I kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I'm glad to give you the sense memory to really bring you into the game.
Dude, man. God damn it, Jordan.
Wait a minute, did you make Sarah almost throw up this time?
Yeah.
Really, we're not going to end until everybody has made Sarah vomit in her mouth.
Love it.
Like,
That'll be the finale.
then we will sadly bid adieu to Sarah. Now that her curiosity vomit voyage is complete.
Does that mean after the vomit we have to go back to making me cry?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
usually how it works.
First we vomit, then we cry.
We crumb it.
Oh man, did you want a thumb?
Oh,
I'm good.
Why? What is wrong with you, Rob?
What?
Cyber.
Yeah.
Gross.
Probably self-sanitizes.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot. You're always like straight edge, man. That's why.
sexy.
That's why you never. That's why you didn't burn out from the music, right?
Right. Yeah, no, I common misconception that I partake, but I don't.
Well, I mean, everybody assumes that if you're a rocker boy, that you're, your eyeballs are floating in a chemical wasteland of amazing goofball unicorn sex. I mean, isn't that right? That's why I used to run, man. Like back in the day, there used to be these sculpted data fortresses, and like. It like you'd think that it was all like the standard neon, like the stuff today is just this bullshit neon, fenced off wireframe stuff. But when I was running, man, there was like I remember a time that I had to get into the Arasaka grid, and I had to face off against this deadly. This black ice that was a geisha nymphomaniac assassin, right? So what I did was...
Can I hack into another Netrunner?
So
Can you hack his vape?
I think you'll get a lot of viruses.
So it's funny that you say that. The answer is yes? Question mark. The way that the rules are set up, it's assumed that you're going to be running the traditional kind of I plug in and go into the computer network and do cool whooshy cybernetic stuff.
Right.
But based on what we saw in the various previews for 2077 and the discussions that I had with the our Talsorian design group, hacking cyber limbs and things like that is possible.
But all you find is penis enhancement.
Just pop up.
Oh, it pops up already.
Good, everybody.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I was so
Jordan,
happy
you were a
that
valuable member of this
opportunity.
team. Don't let anyone else ever tell you differently.
I was so excited for this opportunity.
Like,
I want to thank my mom. I want to thank.
We'd give you
Dogs!
we'd give you an award, but we'd immediately have to pixelate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hack a cyberdog mid-sentence, he's just like, whoa, buddy. Let me tell you another story.
So that's the answer to your question. But as far as div goes, he kind of stops mid sentence. He's like, oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you, man. That your drone is here.
My drone?
Yeah, there's a drone outside.
I don't believe I own a drone.
Oh,
Oh no.
bummer. And that is where we take
Jesus.
our first commercial break for Cyberpunk Red. We'll be back in
fun with the
just a
makeup.
few minutes to see what is up with that drone. Until then, stay frosty, everybody. Welcome back, everyone. The most cyberpunk look is the jacket almost on look. Welcome back to our Cyberpunk Red playthrough here on Theater of the Mind Players. When we last left our players, the burnout hacker Div informed Jack Pulse that there was a drone outside of the building. Now,
What did you order on Amazon? Jeez. It's coming.
are you
What did
so?
I tell you about sex bots?
How are you checking it out, and are you letting anybody else know?
I'm assuming that I have like a security camera kind of set up.
She does.
She does.
Yeah.
So, did you allow me access to that at all, or can I not check it?
You probably want to go talk to her because that way it's not just you doing a thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like the security access would be in one spot the building.
I'm just worried that
So
the
we
more
don't
time I
get
waste
hacked.
talking to you. So okay, I go find her.
Okay.
It's very difficult. You never know where I am in this building. It's always the same room.
Well, then we're all going to die.
So you head on down to the quick fix clinic, and
I
you
can't see the cue.
Quick.
come across Evie and Stux in the Evie's in the clinic. Stux is in the front shop.
We have a potential problem. There is
Fun problem or bad problem?
a to be determined. TBD. There is a drone outside. Drone that I do not recognize.
Yeah, it's not like a police drone or something like it is. Like you did take a brief moment to like look at it, and it's an unmarked drone, but it is definitely doing some sort of scan or viewing of the building.
I slide over to the security console, and beep 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 beep.
So you just make boop boop noises.
Beep,
Dan.
I make boop boop noises.
Beep-beep-bop-beep,
It's voice activated, actually.
That was your computer. Beep boop bop beep bop beep bop bop.
It's when I was really into.
I told you, just speak English. It's computerist.
It takes you a moment to track it down, but sure enough, you do see a drone that's about the size of like a hamburger. Just
Stux, do you recognize this?
Do I?
Do I know the model or anything?
Give me basic tech rolls.
Porsche.
HMB
14?
3R.
Okay.
10
B1
plus-
no B1G M4C.
Wait, I don't get it.
It's 19 for me.
Okay.
What?
Burger.
Oh.
I went with the branded content. Let's see.
Now, is this like a McDonald's burger or a Red Robin burger?
Or a
It's
point burger.
How big of a burger?
guys, I didn't eat dinner before.
Oh no!
That was my turn for torture. So it's probably about like 6 inches in diameter, and basically there are small hover fans on the bottom. If you got since you got an 18, 19. Sorry,
Yeah.
the difficulty was 18. You
Okay.
recognize it as a it's a remote survey drone which means that it's probably taking 3D imaging of the building.
I don't like that.
You shouldn't. There wouldn't be much of an adventure if it was like, no, it's...
I press the do not want button.
How do I crash it?
Or maybe alter the info.
Well, that too. I mean, crash it,
so,
alter, burn it, whatever.
I could shoot it. I'm not here.
Break it, fix it.
Well, I mean, you
buy
can always...
it, own it, trash it.
Load
it.
Technologic.
So, that's the other thing we're gonna really enjoy about playing this game is just occasionally just breaking out into full out club techno. So, I'm sorry. What was your question before our dance break?
Can we stop it?
So you can stop it. However, who or whatever is piloting the drone is being very smart. Most wireless access to protect the individuals that are because so many people have raise your hand if you have cyberware. Should be everybody.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
To protect access to
That's cyber hair, not cyberware.
I told you he got a bath and he hasn't been brushed yet, so he's a little fuzzy.
Well, it's okay. Tony will dry off on his own. So to protect people because cyberware is so prolific, most devices are shut down to wireless access outside of a specific distance. So you can wirelessly access a thing up to about 5 meters away, and this thing is staying outside of that from the edge of the building. So
Will you jam it?
Raspberries.
Jam it?
Yeah, can I hack the building and just jam its signal until it doesn't get anything?
You could probably, if you got his permission, hack the transmitter for his pirate broadcasts.
Do I have to get his permission?
You don't have to. That
But
just
it's probably easier.
Yeah.
Can I use it to make the thing go away?
Sure.
Thank you.
Was that so hard?
I'm really proud of you guys. That trust workshop we did is effective.
Yep.
I'm learning people.
That's why we had to do it, Stux.
That's why we had to do it.
That's why we're governmentally forced to do it.
Yes.
Yes. That's why that lawsuit wouldn't go away.
Oh.
When you've got an EMP of 3.
Oh.
Well, you're cool though, right?
I'm like a 10 in cool.
There you go.
I look awesome, but I'm not very fun to talk to.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead? Well, here's the thing. How do I do this? Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a
Concentration? I feel like it should be concentration.
No. She's like, are you sure it's not a concentration? Because I like that it's a concentration.
I mean, interface would be cool too.
Well, now, so I'm actually glad that you brought up interface because that is a unique skill that you have. Everyone has or every class in the full game has a unique skill. But in Cyberpunk Red, they only really detailed the Netrunner's unique skill because you can't do your thing without
That thing.
it. Your interface skill is how good you are at the hacksings. If the previous and you can go and look at Cyberpunk 2020 and see what the previous editions of the game are like. The techs basically get a super tech skill. Anyway,
It's called Cybertech.
right? No. There's a different one. Like the rocker boys get a performance skill that's basically how many people you can just be like, hey buddy, did you like my third album? Let me borrow your car. Stuff like that.
Let me play you the sweet riff.
Yeah.
Now take off your pants.
Now let me have your phone.
yes, the pants removal riff. Yeah.
Does anybody else have driving and tracking?
No.
Okay, so that's what I got.
I have interrogation
No, I
and
think.
stealth.
See, I'd have to
Yeah.
look it up. I don't want to say, oh, you got to do this because it may be wrong.
I'm good at interrogating people. Future
You know,
reference.
it's okay to be wrong,
I'm
Rob.
good at playing an instrument.
We still like you.
Which one?
I don't know.
Guitar?
Yep. Nope. Guitar.
Good tar?
Are you sure you're not Edgar Winter?
It's a guitar.
Of like the Winter Brothers?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I love you.
I've seen him live. What? He toured with Ringo. Yeah. Jordan's seen him live.
I've seen him live, yeah.
He's fucking sweet.
He's
He
cool.
played Frankenstein. It was so good.
She's having a connection.
All right.
Okay.
Error.
So go
Malfunction.
ahead and make an interface roll.
Washburn.
Okay, now here's the stupid question. My interface just says dash +7.
Because it doesn't relate to any of your.
Because it's 7.
So it's just a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Ow, dog is stepping on my foot.
They just want love.
It's a 9.
Very needy today.
9 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
How is my EMP higher than your EMP?
Because I rolled crappy.
Anyhow.
I think most of my EMPs are higher than your
Yeah, all
EMP.
your
It was so
terrible.
good. You would have loved it.
Because you don't
I was
understand
15,
other
it was so
people.
fucking easy.
You're good at
My cool
influencing,
was
but you
very
don't get
low, though.
other people.
Was it just Edgar? Or
Yeah. I mean, he toured
Like,
Ringo and the
you're
All-Star
good at-
Band.
Right, right.
Yeah, so-
But I'm just like...
You can't read
Johnny's
people,
dead.
but you can
Right,
tell them to do things.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Both
you
of
like
I
me,
know.
but you want to,
Okay.
you know.
You want to
Hair
do it?
was
You wanna-
so white.
At a 9.
Can I make the roll better?
Well,
Can we assist? I'm not there.
you're like, oh, all I got to do is, oh my god, who programmed this piece of crap? Because this it's this pirate network of relays and bounce backs and everything.
Right.
Like it's not going to be as simple as just I turn the gain up and it vibrates and like you would literally have to hack his network anyway just to get a blocking pulse up.
What's your Wi-Fi password?
No.
That's not it.
My Wi-Fi password is fucking password.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know then.
Try adding a 1.
Capital F.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is case sensitive.
Is there a way we can help her?
She would have to make a net run.
I couldn't just let her in.
It's not. It basically, you have spooled up this network in a confusing ball of string to make sure that the corporate media doesn't find you, and you would have to unravel that.
Gotcha.
And if you did that, that makes it very easy for their satellites to triangulate where you are.
Your network looks like a Charlie Day board.
So,
Should have named myself Pepe
would
Sylvia.
a program called Banhammer be any of assistance?
That is an attack program.
Okay.
That might be of more of assistance if you attempted to use it on the drone.
Okay.
So, the thing here is, if you want to hack the drone, you can, but you either have to figure out a way to get it within your wireless reach, or even better, if there's a way that you can actually physically connect to it, which you should actually do. So, your character has interface plugs, as I recall, correct?
Right. Yeah.
So, as a cool character detail, you get to tell me where your interface plugs are. Like, do you pull them from behind your brain?
I believe
Do you
it's
pull them-
halfway down your throat.
That's
Didn't we learn that last time?
Don't bring us back there.
Plug it in my
We
teeth.
left that on
Also,
the
I was
island.
gonna- yeah.
Plug it into my
Fucking
teeth.
How dare you log into my teeth?
I'm trying to think what's like cool but kind of weird.
No, I'm not gonna go there.
Oh, were you thinking?
I went to belly button. It's
But
an
for all the
umbilical cord.
podcast listeners, I just indicated that I had plugs coming out of my boob.
Occasionally, a true cyber. Most people wear their plugs on their wrists for ease of use. This is from Zibook.
Or Spider-Man.
Right.
Occasionally, a true cyber tech will mount them at the temples, just behind the ears. The temples are what plug heads do. Behind the ears are what Frankensteins do, or in the back of the head, which are what puppet heads do.
And Lawrence Fishburne's.
I was about to say Neo.
Um,
Belly button.
It's an umbilical cord.
Or the U.S. boobies. Just saying.
Yeah.
I know, honey. I know. So
We've wandered into a strange part of Brad and Sarah's life
We did
together.
just come off of Over the Edge.
Yeah,
so.
that's
yeah, we're still
Well,
recovering.
I did tell them coming into this that just because it's cyberpunk doesn't mean it's not going to be creepy, because it me.
Oh my god. This fucking super
Nose
creepy.
hairs.
No, worse. I was
Pubes.
eye. Okay. Like move my eye over and pull out a plug.
Oh, okay. Do you have cyber eyes?
Tear duct?
No.
Okay.
How
I
about
mean, like,
You
We'll
have
fix it in post.
flavorful cyber eyes, you know.
well, I mean, like, technically you could still do that because there's enough room to like move it like
Cyber
Okay, never mind.
No. Do it.
Okay.
Make Tony vomit. It's great.
Yeah, no, like I think it'll probably like come like right out of the tear duct and just be like super.
So is
fucking
it
creepy.
even something where you kind of like click in your eye and then pull it aside and then?
Yeah,
the
because
plug
like
comes
the
out?
eye can move around because it's squishy and stuff, so it's not that big a deal. And this is like my hardcore stuff because like it needs to get
Tony's
done.
enthusiasm for this game is
Can
right
anyone
off the cliff.
close their tear ducts?
I don't even know how to do
literally
that.
just you. It's
No,
only
it's just
you.
you.
You're the only one.
How do you even close your tear ducts? I don't even like.
He's a weirdo. That's how he can do it.
This is making for a great podcast.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, fellas. So yeah, I'm probably just like pulling a small cable out of my like tear ducts. I probably have like normal cables too, but
No, why?
well, I'm just saying because I don't want
So you don't gross your twinsies out?
Yeah, I have to use the ones on my wrist so she doesn't vomit.
But that's like her quick.
This is
network.
like my USB 3, and this is like my USB 2.0.
Okay.
The
All right.
wrist being the USB.
Like, do you have the? I gotta get one of those stupid plug converter things. Son of a bitch.
USB-C. Lightning cable.
Okay, so what? So you're plugging. What are you plugging into here?
I figure we'll plug into his network to try to hack it.
Maybe we can
Okay.
shoot
Try
down
to-
the drone.
Like, I actually
I can shoot
am
it.
really
I'm not
fucking great at shooting things.
I'm pretty okay with it
Runs in the
too.
family.
Oh, it's like we learned it together.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah,
Apparently.
Who taught you?
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe.
Not Grandpa Joe.
No.
Grandpa Joe is a bastard.
No, because I'm thinking, because if I hack into his network, I could jam the drone to not get accurate data.
But you'd have to actually get through my network first.
Right, but interfacing to it would make it a little bit easier. Because I can go directly into it.
You know, it'd be really easy. It's just
Or-
shooting it.
Or if I take an EMP pulse through a rifle at it and
Is there any way I can just
Disable
walk
it.
in and be like, does anyone know there's a drone out there? I just
Yeah.
shot it.
Yeah.
Well,
You
maybe
just
that's
shot it.
But you probably could at least offer like, I can shoot it if you guys want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, I can too.
Somebody shoot it.
Well, maybe let him shoot it so you can run up to it right away without having to worry about putting your gun away.
All right, fine.
Or how everyone aims at it.
Are you good at shooting?
We all shoot.
I think I'm better at it than you are.
My
Maybe
roll
I'm-
plus 13.
You guys are making Tawny feel less special.
I'm just not here.
Yeah, my roll plus 13.
So I say all four of us aim at
Oh,
it.
let's do it.
We all shoot at the same time.
Paul!
While they do that, I click we're dealing with the situation lights, and the hallway lights flare red just for a second and then go back to normal.
Okay, you catch that.
Just so Tawny can be included in the game.
Thank you. That's great.
I go find the team with all of my gear.
Well, they're up on the roof. They each have they're ratcheting and loading their guns as a drone hovers maybe about 10 meters off of the side of the building, and I think right now it's kind of like going like it's kind of scanning each of them as it goes by.
Someone order a package?
No, we're shooting it down. Do they need, law-wise in Night City, do they need a permit to do surveys?
No. Like,
okay,
because you don't know who's doing the survey.
That's true.
And
should I probably, if you guys are all loaded up, should I probably be on the ground floor just so I can take it?
So you can.
I thought we were all on the ground.
No, we're up
Rob just said on the roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, once we see where it lands, we can also see who comes to collect it and track them. But I think like maybe I'll go down on the ground floor with you.
Okay.
To do pickup.
I can shoot it if you want.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna
guys
go
shoot
down.
it, we'll collect it.
Okay. Bag it and tag it.
Do you want to stay up here with Winger, or you guys coming with?
I mean, I can do whatever.
Well, have fun.
I'm winging it.
Really? That joke is so old. So old.
More moving stocks. We
Done
gotta
with
get
it
down
when we were
there.
like 10.
Yeah, well, it still works.
Yeah,
so.
but it does still not funny.
Wait,
Are you
okay,
still
so-
stuck on this?
Oh,
We all live in the
really?
same building, but are we all friends or do we know each other?
you're at the very least neighbors.
Okay.
Like I will leave it up to you as to the depth of your relationships, but I mean, you all live in this space for whatever reason, and so
I'm a
you,
low-key super fan of yours,
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
good.
right?
That means I got subjected to your music against my will for years.
Oh, you're not a fan?
I mean,
She is. But she'll never say it out loud.
You know what? I'm very Bowie influenced. I can see that you're a fan of Bowie.
influenced is not. Okay, I'm gonna just shoot the thing.
This is ancient music.
she's basically wearing a Johann Sebastian Bach t-shirt.
Now I want to make a Bach t-shirt to wear.
Yeah. Okay, you're gonna take a shot.
Yes. D10.
So it's going to roll its defensive value.
And I'm marksmanship, one assumes.
Yep.
I rolled a 6, plus my 17 is 23.
You have plus 18.
No, I added that in.
Oh, you added that already? Okay.
Oh, what are you
I
adding
have
in?
cyber optic targeting.
Oh.
The built-in targeting site allows me to add a +1 to my marksmanship.
Okay. So here's another slight hack that I'm doing. Part of the fun of Cyberpunk is showing off your equipment, and so the first time that you name a piece of equipment that you use, with its usually with its brand name, I hoist my Arasaka FN 2500 assault rifle, you get a +1 to that roll.
Hey, sweet.
You don't have to do it.
My Rambo 5000 cyber optic eye.
Oh my god. Not a sports movie. Don't tease Tony.
Rambo is not a sports movie.
That
I will
definitely
agree.
is not a sports
It's
movie.
not a sports movie.
Definitely not a sports movie.
I think you're thinking of Rocky.
See, though, I feel like now
Which is
just
also not a sports movie.
I feel like now the joke has to be that Rocky is not a sports movie, but Rambo is a sports movie. I like that. I absolutely believe that they would have branded
Yeah.
cyber eye stuff like
Oh,
that. What dialogue clip does it play when it fires up?
It's
I tried to get out, but they keep pulling me back in.
no.
That's a
It's
Godfather.
oh god,
Oh, yeah,
what-
it is.
What's the line he says? You either live for nothing or you die for something.
But instead
But
of
it's like
die,
8-bit, so you can barely understand it.
and instead of die, it says I.
Yeah.
Is this a bad time to mention I've never seen Rambo?
You sweet summer child.
I fell
Need to
asleep
have a
through most
party.
of them when we watched them.
Okay.
I fell asleep through most of them.
I think the like dramatic score swells like that.
I just
You hit it. So go ahead and roll the damage on.
My assault rifle is 5d6.
So,
Holy fuck nuggets.
I'm going to. The drone has armor stopping power of 10, which means that you have to beat that to do damage to it.
Oh, damn. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so the 1s and 2s are going in dice jail.
Hey, welcome back, Dice Jail. The bullet careens off of the side of the drone, and you see it spark from a little bit of damage, but getting shot has now caused it to start to fly away. What do you
Shoot
do?
it again.
Okay. Well, is anyone else going to take a shot at it here?
What's the distance it's at?
It is. I think I said 10 meters away.
Okay, so probably not shotgun.
No.
Otherwise, I have a heavy pistol.
I also have a heavy pistol.
So do I.
A very heavy pistol.
Yours is a very heavy pistol?
Yeah, mine also says very heavy.
Sexism.
So, so for the.
You're
Mine
free
is
made to
guy.
Yeah, Tony's are other chick.
So it's actually still within the same range band for shotguns. So
Yeah.
your target is, or your DV is 15. Difficulty value DV.
So I rolled a 2
Ooh.
Plus
Okay.
13.
plus 13.
Is
15.
Okay, that'll hit.
Hey! It will hit. But
Also, because you did hit it, the stopping power goes down by 1.
So at least 9.
10, 9, 22.
Whew,
congratulations.
you killed it.
You did math good.
So,
Ah.
ping, kabang! And it scatters into a dozen pieces as it drifts down to the
Your
ground.
job's gonna be harder.
Nice shot, Boost.
Nah, just need to get the hard drive.
Should we,
And
That
no
was a
sooner
really
does it
good
hit
shot
the
by
ground
Winger.
than half a dozen Anderson kids run out and start.
I whistle.
leave that!
I whistle and
Okay.
give him a pause.
Do you give me a?
Do you hide?
No. I'm on the roof.
get off my lawn, kids. Roll.
Yeah. What is the one?
Where's the Clint Eastwood ability?
Give me the. Give me a
What,
persuasion roll.
Fuck.
That's under cool. You don't have it.
Yeah. So I have a plus 7 to this
Do you
one.
want
Okay.
me to talk to the
She's
kid?
already rolling it, so
I already started the roll motion.
yeah.
Oh, so
there
that's a
you
10
Okay.
plus
Roll it.
6 plus
So 23.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for doing.
Is that math correct? 10 plus. Okay.
I
Plus
appreciate
6
you.
plus 7. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus
Right.
Thank you for mathing for me, Rob.
So, so you just get let out a quick whistle, like, "Hey, back off!"
Yeah.
And they all, and you hear like a kind of a, like, it's the sound of that kids make when like they're ready to go outside and it's raining out, and they're just like, "No, I had the biggest piece." And they put it on the ground and head back in.
I'll grab the pieces.
Great.
Should we head back down?
No, we live here now.
Or do we set up a trap? We leave the pieces where there are and watch them and wait.
I think that we would grab the pieces that we need and leave the rest.
And leave a tracker on the rest.
But do they even
You
want
got
the
me,
rest?
Stux. Like, you and me, you know what the game is.
I know games.
Between you and, Winger just completely annihilating that burger, it was great.
Burgers are good.
They sure are, Stux. Let's go.
I wink my Rambo 5000.
Yeah.
Adrian.
I just really like the fact that I thought Winger took it out because you guys were all on the roof.
Is that the sound it makes when you rack a new clip? It's like,
Yeah.
Adrian!
It's the wrong movie, y'all.
Yeah, but it's so far in the past, they don't...
Yeah.
Yeah,
They both have the Stallone.
It's all one.
It's all.
He was a boxer before he
your gun
became
is-
in the
How many
military.
reboots have there been since?
Yeah.
God.
Tawny, your gun is the Rocky.
It definitely is now, yeah.
Or it's the Balboa.
Or the Demolition Man.
Boots up, goes, I'm your worst nightmare.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Murder, death, killed. Murder, death, killed.
So it's
We have to get Stallone on the show.
honestly like
Oh my god, I wouldn't be able to speak.
one of
words.
my favorite
Thank
parts.
God.
One of my favorite parts of Cyberpunk is the satirical commercial element of it. Like, it's the same thing that drives the commercials in RoboCop, where you're like I
Taco
before
Bell.
the show. I just watched, Taco Bell winning
They
the
won
The franchise wars.
in the early 2000s.
there absolutely were franchise wars that happened in Cyberpunk. I believe it. I watched RoboCop, and there was like a satirical thing about like how to buy the right artificial heart, and I just thought to myself like, oh, that's really what it's like now. It
Yeah.
makes me sad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's sad and amazing at the same time.
but I am happy to play up into the satirical, like I absolutely believe that the Sylvester Stallone estate licensed his likeness out for weapons and
Toothpicks.
yeah, toothpicks, matchsticks, and
Dear Mr. Stallone, if you like RPGs, come play one with us.
Even if you
I'll
don't.
die.
and you'll
Which you
watch,
put no indication
and
that
you'll
you
watch
do.
Tawny just go. For like 4 hours straight. Okay, so
Like Chris Farley and the Chris Farley Show. Remember that?
right,
one?
remember that time that you
Remember that
rolled that
time?
dice?
Oh my god.
Remember
You-
that time you ran up the stairs in front of the library? You did this. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
scoop up the pieces, and the data core to the drone is still active. So, let's do some hacking, folks.
Yeah.
So
eyeball
the way that the hacking works
Sorry.
in
She's getting a
Cyberpunk.
closer look.
in the old
You have to put
version
your
of-
sunglasses on when you say that.
In the old version of Cyberpunk, Data Fortress runs were essentially mini dungeons where the Netrunner got to run their own little dungeon crawl, grabbing information, which was really cool if you were the Netrunner. Everybody else basically got to sit and watch and be like, wow, this is a great
Oh, you're such a
Experience.
Okay.
roller.
I'm gonna... Anybody want a sandwich?
Orange whip.
Anybody
Wow.
want a
Whip.
peanut?
While they
Orange
do
whip.
that, we're going to play.
But
Great.
instead, the way that it's set up in Cyberpunk Red is more, instead of like a dungeon, it's more like an elevator. You sort of choose how far you want to go into the depths of the thing.
Do you want to go over the top?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I do.
So I feel like that's the Stallone decking or the Stallone net running software.
Yeah.
Because it is like a Switch.
No, you're not.
So
I want there to be a roadhouse.
that's the Swayze. That
That's-
didn't sell so well.
I know.
I love that movie though. It's a good movie.
It is a good.
You love anything
I've
with
never seen
Swayze.
Yeah, it's true. Doesn't mean it's not good.
Okay,
good.
so what
I
I
was
want
actually
you
surprised
to
at how good it
do, Sarah,
Yeah.
is go ahead and sorry. You roll. So normally, in like a combat,
Yeah.
you would get a number of interface actions in your turn equal to what is your I'm sorry, never mind that. You would get net actions. Since you have an interface of 7, you would get 3 of them per turn. So keep that in mind if you're gonna if we end up doing any sort of battle hacking.
Okay.
That like so.
So I'm like a battle mage, basically,
Kinda, yeah.
but with computers.
So go ahead and give me an interface roll.
Okay.
Your target is going to be. Let's see here. Your target is going to be a 12. And this is basically you trying to get past the password. What'd you get?
10.
Now, remember, you do have luck points.
Yeah, how do I do it?
Basically, for every luck point that you spend, you increase by 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I could spend
So you're
2.
gonna burn an edge.
2.
Different game. Different game.
Yeah, I'll spend 2.
Okay.
So 2 of my luck points will go.
So tell me how your luck saves the day here.
I start hacking into it and just I remember some stupid things that Winger said that really had nothing to do with anything technical, but it reminded me of how dumb passwords can be sometimes. So that helped me remember that most passwords are a lot actually simpler than I think they are. So I need to think backwards in order to get the password correct.
It's like I got gaps and she got gaps. We fill gaps.
The password is, in fact, burger.
Thigh gap.
Okay. So, this structure has 4 levels.
Okay.
You've already accessed the first level, which is the password.
Right.
So there's the second level, the third level, the fourth, and the 4th level. What you can do...
Push it real good.
Another ancient song.
Yes, more classical music. So go ahead and give me. Is there a backdoor ability on your character sheet?
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh yeah.
Heyo.
Hey, you made the
No,
rising joke.
but I have 1 Black Ice Hellhound.
Okay, that's one of your things.
Okay. I don't see anything indicating I have a backdoor, Rob.
Well, we all have them. It's just, well, never mind.
Really
No,
was interested
Tawny,
to-
I was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
following along.
Whether you
with it.
choose to use them.
I don't think you have a choice.
Okay,
my God.
How you choose to use them.
give me another interface roll.
Okay.
And I will.
Condominiums? I never use them.
10. Is that? It doesn't add anything. From
No,
the...
it's just a skill. That's the trade-off of the special skills is that you
Yeah.
don't get a ability bump to it.
Interesting.
You got a 10?
Correct.
Okay. So you realize that there are 3 other floors essentially,
Okay.
but you are unable to get a sense of what is behind each door. The way that
A new car.
The way that most data structures are built, obviously the more important things are deeper into the structure.
Right.
But you are going to kind of have to go in blind here.
Okay.
So are you going to start at the bottom and work your way up? Or are you going to start at the top and work your way down?
I started from the bottom, now I'm here, so I'll start from the bottom.
Okay.
There was a guy that sit in that
Started from
corner.
the bottom, but now I'm rich. Oh god, I really don't really like that song.
That freaking guy at the bus stop
I know.
every morning.
Oh god.
There's
He
a
was
guy.
so nice. He was such a nice guy, but God.
What did you do?
He was a saxophonist.
No, I was talking about the guy that used to yell at the bus stop.
Oh,
that's,
him
that's
too.
singing that song every day.
That was really annoying also.
Oh.
We lived downtown for a year. It was bad.
Wait,
Buskers.
I just had somebody at the bus stop singing downtown.
Downtown.
No, like he wasn't singing downtown.
Where all the lights are bright.
Was he singing Start at the Bottom, Now I'm Here?
I have no idea because I
Because
just
I
turned
bet
my
it was the same
podcast
guy.
off.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, it was literally about 3 months every day waiting at that bus stop. He'd be singing that
It
same
was
song.
very annoying.
Okay, go ahead and give me an interface roll to access level 4.
Oh, that is a 14.
All right.
Good job.
You access. So you don't access the data that the machine recorded, but you do access a connection to basically where the data was going.
Okay.
And a quick coordination with that information tells you that access endpoint was the offices of RadioStarr.
Let's go kill him with some video.
Thank you.
Can I still keep hacking though?
Thank you.
Can I keep going though?
Oh,
You can look up the other doors if you want.
So just interface?
Mhm.
That'll be a 16.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
On number 3 and number 2.
Let's go number 3.
Okay. That unleashes the Hellhound.
My Hellhound?
No, the one that was packed on the device.
Great.
So you've got your so she's got the cord coming out of the corner of her eye, and all of a sudden she kind of rears back because virtually this creature starts clack 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 building itself clack 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 clack.
Is it supposed to do that, Stux?
No,
Can I
only
smash it?
she's the only one who's seeing it.
But did you
It's in the
react
Matrix.
physically?
Yeah.
I just pulled back.
Yes.
Do you want me to smash it?
Can I hear them?
Yes, because it's an overlay.
Would it hurt you if we smash it while you're in there?
It might.
Stux, you good?
Maybe.
Stucks?
No. Can I pull up my Hellhound?
You can, or you can use your banhammer.
Yeah, let me use my banhammer. That sounds fun.
That's such a good name.
That sounds-
Banhammer.
So describe
Or Flack or Speedy Gonzalez.
describe what your attack program looks like.
I figure.
Mjolnir.
Actually,
Like-
yeah, like kinda.
Like imagine the Hellhound. I think looks like a neon polygon version of a dire wolf.
Right. And I figure my attack, my banhammer is gonna have to look like some crazy neon acid dream mech.
Okay.
Like Neon Genesis to the nth degree with sparkles and glitter and the most obnoxious fluorescent colors you've ever seen in your entire life, but somehow it's just amazingly like
Like it goes.
It's like
zing!
Rainbow Bright, the
It's-
mech.
I was gonna
Maybe,
say
yeah,
Rainbow
like, probably.
Sparkle.
Does it do the really creepy Evangelion scream?
Yes! It does the Ava scream, so it's just like
And it's truly
I don't
outrageous.
get that reference.
oh, you will one day. I'll make you watch it.
After we watch Rambo.
Well, yeah. If I'm
We
watching
are the
Rambo, y'all are
misfits.
watching
Our
Neon
songs are
Genesis.
better. We are the misfits, and we're gonna get her.
Okay, so what I want you to do is...
My hands like I just don't care.
Does your... Hold on a second. Please hold while I look up this rule.
Appreciate the Wii Store.
I will say, Neoscum, the Shadowrun podcast, does do that every time they look at rules.
So it's like 3 hours and then...
They edit most of it out, but no, they do it every time they list materials that they have.
Throughout an entire shopping episode, then basically. So good. So good. Now I'm just stuck thinking of names for all of my things that I have. I just want just a really cool badass names for everything.
The funny thing is I already name all of my electronics.
So you have practice.
But yeah, my cell phone is named Zora.
Yeah, my
so
cell
every
phone's
single
name is
one of
Hermes.
my cell phones has been named Ringo. I think I'm on Ringo 7.
That's a lot of Ringos.
Yeah.
Do you have an Apple phone, Tawny?
No.
That's a shame.
That's a joke because
I know.
Ringo means apple.
That's why he did commercials in Japan for apple flavored soda for a number of years in the 80s.
Oh, I love apple flavored soda.
It was called Ringo
I
Cola.
used to really love Manzanita Soul.
Yes,
So good.
and then
T-Bone got rid of it.
Stopped getting. It's bad.
You can still get it at Pick and Save, I think.
Oh, okay.
All right, so go ahead and give me a interface roll for your attack for your Rainbow Bright mech. Your target is going to be a 7.
Nightmare Bright. That's what
I love it.
So, 14.
Woo, woo.
Okay, that will hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll 3d6.
Okie dokie. That's going to be... Do 6s for damage? Do they
No.
go up? Okay. So that's going to be 12.
Okay.
Nice.
So tell me how your Nightmare Bright takes about half of the program's resolution.
Nightmare Bright just screams like... Just as the absolute awful bestial scream. Goes for the neck of this polygon direwolf.
Porygon.
Grabs the two limbs while it's attached to its neck and just pulls the 2 front limbs off.
Okay.
And just shakes it around and lets it go while launching it 10 feet in front of it.
All right. Now it is going to try to hurt you back.
And it's gonna fail. Please.
What's that?
And it's going to
Rob has been rolling great so far today.
Yeah.
So.
Anybody know if the Pokemon noise effects are copyright? Because a Porygon
Probably.
sound effect would be
I think
great.
they are.
Okay.
Because it's
I'll Google it.
Pokemon.
Probably, yeah.
What programs do you have loaded in your Cyberdeck?
I have Speedy Gonzalez. I'm assuming it's Speedy Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably make
Banhammer
just a
Flack, and I have
8-bit
one Black
screen
Ice
thing.
Hellhound.
Okay. So let's see here.
Now I have the Wii music stuck in my head.
That's a catchy tune.
It's gonna be
all right.
great. And that's what I pretend to think people are thinking when you just see them staring off into space. They just have the Wii music going. There's little 2D sheep just bouncing around.
It's definitely what happens in my brain.
Yeah.
I just wish I could point my Wii mode at someone and grab them by the head and then shake them around a little
yeah. Exactly.
What is your SPD speed value on the Cyberdeck?
Cyberdeck. Where did that say?
Is that Dex?
It should say.
Spud?
I don't see it.
Where are we looking?
She has this because
Or is that move?
no, it's a thing for Cyberdecks. Your class. Oh, no, I know. E6. Okay. So, well, let me ask you this question: Do you want it's going to hit you.
Yeah.
So you can either take 3d6 head damage, or you can pop your flak. But once you pop your flak, it's gone for the session, and that basically negates the damage of the program.
I'll get flak back eventually.
Eventually, but
Just
not
this
tonight.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pop flak.
How does health work in this game?
We haven't encountered it because we haven't had the fight yet, but
The meat space fights.
it's based off of your body.
Oh.
Basically, it's your hit points are kind of like 5 times your body rating.
Okay.
And then we'll clear that up during the break because we're almost at the break. So what does your flak look like? Because you tear the chunks out of the hellhound's side, and its jaws elongate and wrap around the head of the Nightmare Bright mech and start to squeeze.
Okay. I think the flak will just end up being like physical manifestations of Nightmare Bright, but with that confuse the enemy.
Okay. So like
So
Nightmare Bright emoji.
Sort of. But like a ton of them that
Yeah.
just basically overload their senses. So
Okay.
They don't know where to go.
Okay. And so go ahead and give me your banhammer attack one more time, please.
Okay. It's gonna be a 12.
Okay, that'll hit. Roll 3d6 damage.
Okie dokie. That's going to be a 4.
Okay. You let out a scream, but the hellhound seems to adapt to your attack this time,
Okay.
Borg style. It is going to hit you again,
Okay.
and you're going to take 7 points of damage to your head.
Okay. My head?
Yes.
Okay.
Because black ice actually does neurological damage to you.
Okay.
So you see it in meat space, you see her start to twitch a little bit, and like
Stocks. You come out of there if you have to.
I just put up my finger like the 1 minute. 1 minute. And I guess I'll go with Banhammer again on it.
Okay.
And that'll be a 14.
Okay, that'll hit.
Yeah.
Named all my
Get
cybers.
it.
All my equipment.
Get it.
An 11.
Yeah.
All right, that destroys the hellhound.
Stocks.
Yeah,
You
we're good.
good?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Good. Can I go further?
There's one more place, or there's one more level. So give me an interface roll to get inside there.
14.
And you discover that a copy of the data, like the main line of the data went back to RadioStarr, but a copy of the data went to a small private grid about 2 blocks away.
Okay. Was there a name of that grid or just 2 blocks away?
Yes. The name on the grid is the private network of a booster gang called the Razor Babies.
Oh.
Ugh. That makes me want to just beat them up.
And that is where we will take our second break.
Aww.
Not the razor baby.
I want to
And-
get more people on.
Well, we'll get back to people beating in just a few moments.
Fine.
And our when we come back to the third act of Cyberpunk Red, right here on Theater of the Mind Players. And we are back for our third act of Cyberpunk Red here on Theater of the Mind Players. When we last left our players, they had disassembled the drone that had been stalking their building through the classic, I believe, what did one of the chatters call it? Percussive security override.
Ah,
I like that.
murder.
And it then Stux decided to hack it to get more information, and she had discovered three things. One, it was protected by some Hellhound Black Ice, which she defeated. Two, that it was being controlled by a operator located in the offices of the RadioStarr Corporation. And that the data was being sent to a private grid nearby, located in the heart of the Booster Gang, the territory of the Booster Gang known as the Razor Babies.
It's just RZR, isn't it? Babies. Razor.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
'Cause that feels a little more.
We're R8ZR.
No, RCR Babies.
Mr.
It's-
Pablo.
Now I think it's RZR BBZ.
Oh.
Like
BBC.
That's
I
their
like it.
BBs.
that's their like tags that they use on their
Oh, gross.
Oh my god, I'm gonna start tagging that everywhere. I mean, no.
I don't work in tunnels.
Nope. I don't work in tunnels.
This is why it's fun to let players riff on your ideas,
And
because
yet-
they make them
Tunnels
worse
and Ninja
and
Turtles.
better. Okay, so
It's definitely Raphael.
what are you guys doing with this information?
Let's go. Let's hit the road.
Well, there are two places you can go. You can either check out RadioStarr Corporation and maybe ask why Jack Pulse is maybe a little uncomfortable about that, or you can check out the
Let's take down RadioStarr. That sounds like the bigger thing.
Right, but kicking babies sounds like fun.
I mean,
Razor babies, not real
it
babies.
doesn't sound unfun.
What do we know about Razor Babies?
that's a good
Can we
question.
send the Andersons after them?
Would that be a local expert role?
It would be a local
That's
expert
what
role.
I was
I got one
wondering.
of those too.
Mine is +4.
Should we all just
plus
roll
11.
it?
I just did.
Go ahead. Yeah, everybody roll local expert. Whoever gets the high
I
roll.
got 10.
I got 13 total.
I got 14.
So with my 10, I also got an 11 then, I guess.
So
What?
add your die roll to
Yep.
the
11. I mean, so 21.
Okay.
14.
21, 14,
15.
15,
13.
13.
13.
Okay.
The
Man, we
purple dice
suck,
is
huh?
with me today.
So the Razor Babies are a what's called a booster gang, and they're basically a street gang. And because this is Cyberpunk, and one of the features of Cyberpunk are themed gangs, the Razor Babies tend to dress. They all wear some form of like baby mask. And they tend to have body mods that are like rippers or cyber spurs or things like that. Like they're up close. They're
Why-
up close fighters as opposed to like gun guys or.
Why couldn't they
something
gone
like
for
that.
like a Muppet Babies theme? That would have been way less creepy.
I think
Um,
creepy was probably what they were leaning
Well,
into.
yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it be better to take down the corporation that's running them?
Well,
Yeah.
the Razor Babies are also a local gang, so they are a like they haven't come around your
block.
block primarily because you're there and Royal is there and the Andersons are there, so they have decided that declaring war on your building is maybe not the
Until now.
well. If they have this survey information, they can check for like sewer tunnels or service entrances or things that
Okay.
you might not be
Can
aware
you tell
of. That
how
they
much
can.
of the information they got?
Yeah.
All of it.
How much did they get?
they got all the information that the drone was able to get, so they have a full read of the building.
False.
Okay. can we just send the Andersons after them to be like, yo?
You can certainly try. I mean, it's gonna be like they're not just gonna go, sir, yes, sir.
Well, right,
They're-
yeah. Can I talk
yeah.
to them? Like,
Hey, does
yeah.
anybody have any money that we could donate to the Andersons under my name?
Booze,
I mean,
Can
can I
I-
assume I have a bunch of money left over from cage fighting?
Can I just hack some money?
Booze, what did I tell you about asking us for money that you owe somebody else?
It's a donation.
It's a donation.
It's tax deductible. I don't know why you're.
It's not a donation if we're paying off your debts. It's a donation if we're buying you food. Or if we're...
Okay, can I have a lot of money for food?
Or for real, can I like?
As far as monies, I'm going to say that that's probably going to be off of your intelligence, because that's what you're going to use to like. I know how to save and invest and things like that.
Okay.
I'm medium level poor.
So maybe what about like education? Like,
that's different. Like education already factors into something called cultural familiarity, which is sort of the like default skill roll of like, I don't know how to fire a gun, but I've seen it on
The vid channel.
Tango and Cash.
right. I've watched a lot of
Rambo.
movies,
so can I just hack like an ATM?
you have to go find one.
Skim it.
Sure.
I mean, let's talk to the Andersons. Maybe they'll realize that we need to protect our block, and they're a part of that. Do they want the Razor babies coming at us?
Yeah, let's go talk to him. Let's talk to him. I'd like to talk to him. I'm really cool. I'll talk to him.
Maybe that's not a good plan, Stux.
Why not?
I mean, you're cool and all, but
Yeah,
She is cool. She's
kids dig me. I know
she's
the
10 and
lingo.
cool. She's 10 and cool.
yeah, but wouldn't that be EMP? Empathy?
I don't think so. Persuasion is under cool.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know because I have
Okay, well, I'm
persuasion.
also, like, hella cool.
Okay. Maybe
thought
you
it was
can tag
empathy.
team them.
We
Sisters,
could- yeah.
sisters
Twinsies.
talking to the family.
We got
Yeah,
this.
yo, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
Fucking tag team.
Cut to. You want me to endanger my brothers and sisters by sending them after a booster gang.
I mean, I'd endanger my sister.
I mean, I've endangered her plenty of
Yeah.
times. And these guys aren't like a big booster.
Nah.
Like, you guys are so
They just need
freaking
a
tough
booster
and
seat.
scary.
Y'all got this.
Are you kidding? Like, they're gonna probably pee themselves and be like, please don't hurt us because you guys are so tough. You know that.
So what's in it for us?
You get whatever you find there.
Great, a bunch
Also,
of
you
full
protect your
diapers and
block.
Also, we'll make sure that What's His Nuts gives you the money he owes you.
boost.
Yeah.
If you start a band, I can play you on the radio.
That's more work.
And we can pay you for the protection.
How much?
Don't give numbers. It's a trap.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we don't necessarily need to get into.
we only got a couple of
negotiation.
things that's liquid right now.
How about we
Why?
cook you dinner for a week?
Ah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a week.
all
All
of
of
us.
you. Yeah, all of you. Nice, warm food. That's home cooked.
Home cooked. food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stux. I don't know how to cook.
Or where to get
Yes.
food.
Evie throws her arms up and what the fuck?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Bitches love food.
That was a good
That
call.
was a good call. Are we able
16?
to assist? Is that
Um,
a thing in this game?
Okay. I have a world question.
Yeah.
Is food like
Warm.
genuine food, like home cooked meal food?
Or are we talking
is
about
that
Hook?
Like, are we talking?
I'm thinking like pills.
Are we
and-
talking like space? Like, oh, my bacon
How much
and eggs
of my
in
life
a
savings
fucking
did they just promise
tube
to
that
be?
Well, here's the thing. Life saving. So, it's a good point that you bring that up because real, actual food is in fact a premium item. It is something that the rich enjoy. You know, like basically, if you're very rich, you get steak.
Mhm.
If you are
Very poor.
how do they put it?
You get protein bars from Snowpiercer.
Maybe
Or like
not
in Firefly,
quite
You
the-
get a nutrition shake.
The strawberries.
Captain America eats bacon.
So
Yeah.
so at the
Yep.
top you've got fresh food. In the middle level you have what's called pre-pack, which is basically like microwave meals that you just sort of pull the tab on. They automatically heat themselves.
So
and then-
MREs.
Yeah.
like MREs, but like microwave
Plus one.
food quality. So like.
Not as good.
Sergeant Stuffers.
Mm.
Sergeant Stuffers.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there is the baseline food product that is just commonly called kibble, and that's your sort of
But it's free range.
that's your
Soylent Green is people.
well that's the common conspiracy theory is that it's made from people, but it's that's like kind of the chunky like it's basically the chunky texture stuff that you get like a flavor packet to like squirt on to like, oh, this is steak flavoring,
Oh.
Yeah.
you know, as opposed to the pre-packs, which are, oh, this is meat
Yeah.
that is called steak TM, and then at the top level,
S-T-A-K-E.
at the top level is actual steak.
Ooh, the
So-
snozberries taste like
So
snozberries.
ramen, and then you get to like microwave meals of Salisbury steak, and
Yeah.
then you actually get to actual steak.
Mean
Right.
cuisine.
Gotcha.
So promising them free food will probably get them to do your bidding, but then you've got to go and find the food.
Which is why I will rob a bank
Or a grocery store.
or a grocery store, and then we will.
Yeah, I'm not buying that food.
Hire a
I'll
chef.
cook it.
Well,
but I'm
now
not
wait.
buying it.
Wait a minute, Boost. You think you know where there is a drone truck that you guys could hit that would probably have the food that they would want, plus whatever whatever's left over would pay off your debts
Pay an
to,
ice cream.
to the Andersons that you already owe.
Oh my god, guys, we're gonna have so much mac and cheese for these kids.
It's warm and
They're gonna love
it.
Except you have to add the like yellow dye,
Yeah.
and then the
Yellow
cheese
dye.
flavor.
Oh god.
I love it.
Okay, so after we pull this job, we're gonna hit the truck. How
Sounds
long
like
is that truck available?
2 weeks.
As long as we need it.
All right.
Well, what job are you pulling first?
Well, first we're
Is
gonna.
that
Let's-
Molly Mommy asking?
No, that's
okay.
me.
I was about
Sorry.
to say, I'm not telling her shit.
Let's go video kill the radio star.
She's
Yeah.
vicious.
Yeah,
Wait, but the kids are gonna go.
the kids are going to do Razor Babies, and then we're going to hit RadioStarr.
Yeah, if that's how you want to play it.
Okay.
So, RadioStarr is what's called a neocorp. It's a fairly large presence in the city of in Night City, and everybody give me a cultural familiarity roll, except for you because you already know this.
Local expert?
Unless is there like a media skill that you have?
I have education.
I think everyone has education.
all I have is
Yeah.
play instrument in terms of media. I don't have
Yeah, let's do a local expert roll. Your target is
Not education?
local expert
and I don't
No.
roll
because you already know this.
Yeah.
What's the target?
18.
15.
And we can spend
Ooh,
luck points.
that's 10.
Yeah, if you rolled a 10, it can pop.
17 plus 11.
Okay.
28.
I'm just gonna go
28.
with yours.
Thank you, Toddy.
You're just gonna.
I just look at Toddy. It's just
So
how I calculate.
you realize.
This doesn't count high enough. There's not enough blocks.
It does double.
No, there's an
digits.
11 right there.
I'm
See?
joking.
So in all of this,
Ironic that you miscalculated how many blocks you needed.
drama of hiring the Anderson clan, and putting out this drone truck heist, which if we were doing a series would totally be the next adventure. You're like, oh shit. So RadioStarr is run by a guy named Hanazono Star. And he rose to a prominence on the back of one Jack Pulse.
Oh, did I do like a background check on this guy after he started? Maybe.
How do you spell his first name?
Hanazono, Hanazono.
Gotcha.
Basically, it sounds like from what you remember, the Jack Pulse got big. Star was his manager, and then they split up. And you never really asked him why, because you never thought it would come up, but now it apparently is going to.
How many stars in Star?
That's what I've been writing it STARR.
Yes, it is actually STARR.
Yeah. She's excited because of Ringo. Hey, Jack.
Uh-huh.
So, Hanazoko, right?
What?
Hanazono.
Hanazono, right?
The what?
What?
Hanazono Star.
What
of
about him?
RadioStarr,
Yeah, what about him?
your old manager.
I'm aware. What
Ooh,
about
damn.
him?
Were you going to bring up the fact that somebody was just casing our building that used to manage your act?
I didn't know that was him until now.
You
Okay,
didn't-
but we've been saying it was RadioStarr this whole time, and you just kind of like.
Do you think he's looking for you?
Might be. Might not be.
What would he be looking for you for?
Well, we didn't really end on good terms.
Well, gee. Why is that?
Because there was a conflict about his contract, and I mean, I don't know anything about your music.
That sucks.
Han, as I like to call him,
He's so hot right now.
he wanted me to play music that basically influenced the people negatively.
Oh, fuck that noise.
And because I refused to do so, he basically had everything I've ever earned, my family's possessions, their home, all taken away. They are now living in poverty in a quarantined ghetto.
Let's go take him down.
It's not that easy.
Are you sure?
I think we can make it work.
If
I mean,
it
you
was,
got the-
I would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Did
but
you
you've
have
never
a
had
team
us?
before?
Yeah,
Well,
you've never had us with you
okay.
before.
Let's just put it this way. We don't really have a choice because they have the data from our apartment building, which shows that we're running an illegal clinic.
It's illegal?
Stocks.
What?
Stux, there's no way that you're a netrunner and you don't know the laws surrounding who is licensed and not for their cybernetics.
I don't do people things.
You do
Evie.
tech things, and those are what's the law? What the law is about.
She didn't know.
Okay, well, it's illegal.
She's not,
I don't do people things. I mean, like, I do people things because you gotta people to, like, do things, but, like, I don't do people things.
I don't think she does people things.
Yeah.
But she does
Okay.
people.
No. I don't really do, I mean, like, I do people, but, like, I don't do people. Like, it's,
I'm
Translate.
gonna help you out.
I didn't know.
she's
sorry.
not
It's okay.
particularly
I'm not-
savvy with the whole, like,
Socializing.
That part.
Okay.
Just never was.
I'm bad at it.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I had her actually be me for a few things.
It works.
Yeah.
Huh.
hmm
Because
I'd pass her tests. She'd pass my dates. It was a thing.
Yeah.
I really wish I didn't ask.
Anyways, about how to get into this building and steal back our information and destroy whatever data they collected.
Let's hack
Let's
it.
just storm in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that because it's like it shows that they're both sisters and they both come from the same like let's punch you. They just have different fists that they use.
Yes.
Okay. You knock out the security systems and we
Right.
sneak in.
And you knock out the people things.
I do the people things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Moral of the story.
Right.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So
Computers! Walks away. No.
So what? We storm the back entrance, knock out the back guards, while Stux.
what are we doing there?
We're
trying to
stealing
get
our
our-
data back.
Yeah.
So they took a survey,
And maybe taking down Mr. Hakama Wadama thingy.
Good luck.
Hanzo.
Do we know they weren't just
Arizona.
doing a standard, survey?
How many
Why would a
standard
music
surveys
business-
do corps take?
Media Corpse.
I assume a bunch.
Well, to be frank, we've had
No, this is
Yeah, that's-
not
yeah.
something standard.
Yeah.
Like they were.
they're supposed to have a permit.
Well, not even a permit. Like they basically, they did the equivalent of hiring a PI to like come and snoop around you. Like this isn't just something that corporations like. The only time that a corporation would do a survey like that is if they were planning on building something on the site.
Yeah.
So it was a Magnum burger drone if it was a PI?
Oh man.
Yeah, that happened. It's got a little, because it flies.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's got a little, like a white shirt. And a mustache.
Okay.
So
Okay, I'm behind the mustache. I'm here for the mustache.
so
I'm sorry.
they can't have this information. I've spent way too much of my time and my money setting up this clinic and taking
Also,
care of
if
the
this
people.
dude is trying to like fuck with the way people think, I'm not behind that shit.
Who knows what he's trying to build there?
What's he building in there?
So
I mean,
Either
I'm
way-
warning you, he will, if you don't succeed, ruin your lives.
Too late for that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you've noticed this.
we're
but
kind of all at
Yeah,
rock bottom.
what you think is rock bottom
Oh,
is
honey.
nowhere near rock bottom. Oh, honey.
nobody's living in my building because they're on the tip top of their shape, okay? People live there because they need to live there.
Yeah, he has ways of controlling you, not just making you unfortunate.
I have nothing left.
Well, I mean,
You so far still have some free will left. He can take that.
He can try.
Then
As
we'll
can
figure
you.
it out. Let's go.
All right. So what is your plan here? I would assume that you would want to have some kind of plan beyond just.
She's gonna do a hack.
mhm.
We're gonna do a sneak.
Should we? Well, we need to sneak up to the building first. I'm guessing, so that she can even do
medium
that.
Sneaky.
I got stealths. I got good stealths.
I got medium stealth.
I got,
Suppose if you're going to do this, I
I
could
have
at least run a
evasion.
distraction and meet with him.
you should,
Ah,
or you could do
Hey.
a concert on the roof. You're welcome.
So what kind of business is this?
it's a radio
It's a media corporation.
It's a new media corporation,
Yeah.
so they do.
albums.
They do music. They do movies.
Okay.
They do.
Yeah, radio is underselling it.
So maybe we can spruce up some speakers and get you on a stage to
You
distract.
could play She Came In Through the Bathroom.
Actually, as you as you cycle through like some of the early like, okay, let's pull together a dossier on this guy. One of the first thing when he announced the company, one of the first things that he said is, well, video killed the RadioStarr, but I'm bringing it back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm not surprised.
I've already made that joke, so suck it.
I don't like his face.
No, he's very punchable.
At least he didn't say I'm bringing sexy back, because that's just unforgivable unless you're Justin Timberlake.
Thank God.
Okay. Make a phone call. Schedule the meeting. Bring your assistant with you.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
we just
so-
came up with 2 different plans.
That's what you said.
I said that, but then you suggested a concert. So what am I doing?
So if we
Well,
did a
that's-
concert,
okay,
we
we can
could
do
get
either.
security out of the building.
Well, I think maybe the call plan is better because it's not you're not gonna
Bring...
like it basically if he booked a concert on the roof of the RadioStarr building, that would be like, oh, by the way, the Beals are getting back together. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna take some time, but to reach out and do some initial.
I want to see that. But...
I thought I was just gonna hook him up to a set of speakers
Strapped on top of a car.
and just like
Blues
ride
Brothers
around the building.
Hey, you 2 girls over there.
Well, you figure out what plan you want to do here.
Will be a lot more effective. Otherwise, we'll just have security guards chasing us around the building.
Is Yakety Sax public domain over the board? Because we're gonna need it.
Oh, wait. While you guys are running around the building, I'm hiding in a bush next to an outlet that's allowing me to hack into the building. This is actually a really good plan.
Well, I was hoping we were just going to distract the security guards at the door enough for you guys to sneak in.
Oh. Well, I mean, if you wanted to
Or
an easy way.
she sneaks in as his assistant for whatever this meeting is you're going to pretend to plan.
The
And then
person that's
sneaks-
not good with people will be my assistant.
You're
She's
helping
going to be
me.
like, I gotta pee! And then go find the hub.
I don't have to be good
Unlock
at
the
people,
doors
I
and
just
we'll
have to be
come
your
in.
assistant.
Yeah.
I do your scheduling, not your talking.
Oh, this is
And
gonna
like
be
your
bad.
internet shit. She's good at that.
Right, like...
I don't do that, but she does.
Boop, beep, boop, 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 boop.
That.
So, meeting.
We're all going to die.
How are we getting in?
Once she hacks in, she'll unlock the doors, create a havoc, and we will then go in through the back.
It'll be
Okay.
a light show.
The guards will hear a ruckus.
All right.
Could you
That sounds good to
describe
me.
the ruckus?
Yeah. The light was yellow, sir.
Do you need to borrow my agent, or are you going to call her with your own?
I'll call with my own, which is the
Would you like me to dial it for you, sir?
Cerebro Nova.
Okay.
That's what I named it.
There's a blong 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 blong, and then
Hannah Zona's office, sir.
no it
Yeah. I figured he has his direct number.
Wait, so am I putting on a concert?
No,
No.
you're just
You're
getting
doing-
a
I'm
just scheduling a
with
meeting.
him.
You're
Just
doing
scheduling
whatever you say.
You do you.
I want to make sure we're on the same page. That's all.
Make it sound good.
Well, this is a call that I never thought I would get. Good afternoon, Jack. How are you?
I'm good, Han. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good to hear.
I'm assuming that you're calling because of some sort of business?
Perhaps. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. It hasn't been easy. And, maybe enough time has passed. We can get the band back together.
Oh, it had.
On a mission from God.
I didn't realize that you were that hard up for money.
I have, been doing okay, but not okay enough. I've been working mostly on favors, as you should know, as you've put me in this position.
Jack, I'm sorry. But you put yourself in this position.
I think we both know that's not entirely true. Now, is it, Han?
Just accept the bullshit and move on. Really hard. Twice. Well, I'm sorry. I should be more celebratory that you finally started to see the error of your ways. But yes, let's set a meeting.
Right, that would be great. When is good for you?
You know what? I am so excited. I will clear out.
Are you free now, perhaps?
Oh, you're that desperate. Well, I think we can work with that.
Great. I will see you in your office.
In an hour?
5 hours. 5 minutes.
Are you okay? Is there someone there in the room?
I will see you in an hour. Yes.
Cut to.
Jesus Christ.
That's gonna be really good for the podcast.
I'm sorry,
The funny thing is that is maybe the best planned heist that I've seen you guys do.
We do not plan.
No.
We usually have 8 plans and land
And we do them
somewhere
all.
in the middle of them all.
Yeah, they have 8 plans. They kind of let them go like pigeons. And
We can never decide, so we're just like, well,
Well-
we're gonna do our plan. Hopefully,
Yeah.
everybody
Well,
else.
I was deep in it too, though, because he was an hour, and she's like, an hour's good, and then you were like 5 minutes. I'm like, is 5 minutes enough time to even get there? Like,
We're outside
is there traffic?
the building.
No, we're 2 blocks away.
No. The call and the planning, I'm
You don't
assuming,
even know where we
happened at the apartment.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I thought.
Never mind.
Because
I thought we were like looking at the building.
because the RadioStarr building is so the apartment is name this building at some point, but we're just calling it the apartment for now.
Quick,
That's just what it's called, the apartment.
the QFC. The Quific.
The queef?
No.
No.
QFC?
Anyway,
Like
that
a
building is around the combat zone of Night City, which is basically it's close enough that those of you who are gainfully employed through violence can comfortably walk to work and come back. But it's far enough.
So the Glitter Dome is not close.
No, the Glitter Dome is the I think is like this big stadium in Night City. So Night City during at the end of the Fourth Corporate War, there was a nuclear bomb that took out the center of Night City, and one of the buildings that has risen in that time to help rebuild the corporate center is the RadioStarr building. So it is a fairly new building full of that is a symbol of how Hanazono and his company is on the rise. So it's very glass chic, very
Gross.
frosted. Well, like I think it has a like a
I'm just picturing Zelensky's new house by the lake.
maybe
Oh.
like it overshoots into ostentatious by just enough. Like it kind of goes for that frosted glass motif, but like instead of frosted glass, like the glass shimmers down and you see like neon representations of ancient Japanese like tapestries and things like that. So it has kind of this weird modern retro Asian feel to it.
Okay.
I don't even like those words put together.
Good.
Racist.
Saying that
And
kind of motif sounds awful.
It doesn't sound particularly
We
respectful.
live in a world right now of modern retro.
so
That is
who is that?
Cyberpunk.
So it's Stux and Pulse that are going in.
Unless
as
you
the
think you
faces.
need a bodyguard in there with you.
I'm good.
All right then. Yeah. And then
Um,
we're sneaking in through the back.
Yeah.
How about, okay, so you drive there like we're
Chauffeur.
driving. And we'll hide. You let them out, and then we'll drive around back as though you're waiting to pick him up.
Okay.
Or is there a parking structure?
Yes.
Oh.
By the way, do we have a plan?
Nope.
In term, would you?
He's answering honestly.
Okay. Can we create a plan in
Why
which
start now?
in which I know when you're good to go, so I can get out of the meeting?
When we come get
Well-
you,
When there's a ruckus.
As the building goes, oh no!
When there's a ruckus.
When there's a
you
ruckus.
when you hear run.
Wait, I thought I was the one who was giving the signal.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be one of those you'll know?
You'll know
I think
when
you'll
you know.
probably know.
There's
So-
I'll make a light show.
Yeah.
You'll hear your number one top hit from 3 years ago.
Or the meeting will end peacefully and you'll walk
But,
out. Whatever happens first.
With a really decent deal,
Or-
actually.
we'll come for you and just
That's a good percentage!
put him down. Just put him down for you. I don't like him, so.
I'm not a fan either.
Cool.
So glad we agree.
Look at what we can do.
Murder!
So, the two of you make your way into the lobby of the RadioStarr building.
Mhm.
I'm an assistant.
Do you literally say, I'm an assistant?
Probably.
I don't- maybe not the boop noises, but she does. You probably are singing the "I'm an Assistant" song.
This
to
is my
yourself.
assistant. She only answers to assistant. She's Pokemon. She only says the word assistant.
Assistant.
And you walk up to the desk, and a shimmering AI receptionist appears. Welcome, and it bows to you and waits.
I bow back.
Which language would you prefer me to communicate?
English, please.
Welcome to RadioStarr. Where may I direct you?
Should have totally gave you like a really hard language.
French.
It would have been Klingon. I just want to sorry for the glitch.
Willkommen.
Bienvenue. Welcome.
Please repeat. I'm sorry.
How may I direct you?
I have a meeting with Hanazono Star.
That is correct, Mr. Pulse. Please make your way to the third elevator on the right. Have
You
a
know,
pleasant
attention
day.
to the man behind the curtain.
Okay, then I lead her, I guess,
I'm an assistant.
through one of her eye tethers.
Doing
Let's go.
assistant.
Oh,
Yikes.
gross.
Ugh. Excuse
Is
me.
there
You don't get to. No, you don't get to grab me by my eye tethers. Those are mine. That's assault.
an elevator in the parking structure?
Yes, there is.
Sweet. Let's go.
I would say we get out, get in the elevator, and figure out which room we're not allowed to press.
Yeah.
Which button doesn't work without a code, and go
And
there.
then as soon as
You get to the elevator doors, and there is no physical buttons.
I knew it.
Quick, someone tech this.
I can check it.
Oh, you can,
I
can't you?
can.
I don't.
check it.
Check it.
I definitely like try to punch the doors. A few
I
times.
stop. Your hand.
Yeah, she's like, "Arr!" And you're like, nope,
Nope. This building will have a security protocol. Please do not set it off.
Yeah, you've overtech me.
Got my sister for that.
I examine the thing to see if there's any entry points to start messing around with stuff with my cyber optic eye.
What's it called?
thing that's called Cyclops Model No One.
Okay. I'll take it. So go ahead and roll your tech skill.
My cyber tech or my basic tech?
This is gonna be basic tech because it's cyber tech is like actual like cyber limbs and stuff.
So tech. So plus 16.
You have a
Plus
tech deck.
1 because you also named it. So
Oh, so that's 10 plus 16 then.
so you rolled a 10.
I rolled a 9,
Oh,
and I
okay.
added 1 to that because
Okay.
10's easier than a...
Oh, okay, that's fine. So what is your total?
26.
26, yes.
You're learning.
I was trying to remember what the numbers were. I would just like to point out for the cameras that there's not enough here to add into larger numbers, so I turned the equal sign into an 11 earlier. Just for those of you at home who can watch this at this moment.
They were $3 at Target.
So Evie, takes a moment to study the panel, and we cut to her vision where a shimmer comes down the eye, and then we see basically like a little X-ray thing, and you see like the different wires behind the panel, and she pulls out like a few a tool, like a screwdriver and like a pliers, and basically pops the panel off. Fiddles with the wiring, and there's a little pop and hiss of ozone, and then the doors open up and the elevator is there.
Yeah.
So unfortunately the only physical button is to the lobby. But you might be able to, well, it'd be easier if you had the hacker here, but
Well, I'm wondering if we wait in the elevator and then once she gets into the computer room, she can, she knows that we're...
It's weird that this is like a plan that's
Yeah.
coming
Something.
together.
It's coming together.
I mean, it's a plan that comes together as we go. Really,
Yeah.
a plan.
Yes.
Great.
This is how
Okay.
TV shows work, Tony.
Yep.
You don't get all of the bits of the plan until it goes off flawlessly.
flawless.
Right.
Flawless.
Cut to
No
the
flaws.
other elevator.
That's what
The
flawless
doors open up, and there is this massive dude.
Son of a birch.
He's wearing what you, I guess, Middle Eastern chic might be the best way that he's dressed. So like imagine like a dress, like a open collar California dress suit, except the button down shirt has the sort of Persian detail and flair to it. He also clearly has cyber eyes because his actual face is completely flat.
Mm.
I don't like it.
Hmm.
It reminds me of Still and Quickbird.
Can I hack him?
You can try to hack him.
You should not do
That's probably
Yeah,
not
maybe
a good
we-
idea.
So he's just in the elevator.
He's on the edge.
Yeah, he's in the elevator.
Okay.
Mr. Pulse, do you have any weapons that I should be aware of?
Oh,
Except for those guns of his. Nope.
Can we assume maybe you handed off like your guns and stuff to us?
I was gonna say,
bring
can
in
we
with
like
us?
wait
Yeah.
on? Okay.
Because we
Okay.
could totally do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you go whoopsie doodle.
That was totally part of the flawless plan.
Yeah.
Let's start shooting immediately,
Yeah.
and not the person who's known for their shooting. The talky guy.
Yeah. Okay. No, I do not. You're welcome to pat me down if you like.
His cyber limb comes out, and he basically like kind of touches your shoulder, and you see a scan go over his eyes.
Toaster! He's a toaster.
You're all right. What about you?
I'm just the assistant, sir.
It's true. That's all she does is
Mhm.
assist.
I'm.
Then you won't mind me scanning you.
You're the assistant to the district
I'm
manager.
just like giving really uncomfortable, like.
And I'm assuming you also did.
Yeah, I don't really have weapons anyway.
You do though.
You have a heavy pistol?
No, what is your cyberware saying?
Interface plugs?
Is that it? You don't have the monowire?
Nope.
I think of someone else.
Nope, I don't.
I have a monofilament wire, yeah.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Oh, so I'm not good.
Well, yeah, so he scans you and stops and says, I'm going to have to deactivate your monofilament wire.
My finger?
Do you want to meet with Mr. Starr or not? Mr.
All right,
Price?
fine.
And you feel a weird tingle as your...
What does it do?
It cuts through any organic material or plastics, can be used as a garrote, a cutter, or a slice whip.
I love a good garage.
You didn't think that they might catch that?
It's
Well,
more that I forgot
It's
that
like
I had it.
in the Santa Claus.
It's
It's built into his hand.
it's built into his hand, so you
Yeah.
can't just drop it. So, like, you expected this.
I
Mono-
could
it's
surgically remove it.
monofilament wire mounted in one
Joking.
finger, so I'm like,
I
yeah.
do love a good garage.
Which
know
finger?
I might be able to reactivate it when I meet up with you too. So
Pinky? I'll just do that.
Okay. No, man, you go with the thumb, says Tim.
I feel like that'd be best in like your middle finger. That'd be perfect.
Fine, it's my middle finger.
Okay. So he deactivates the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the elevator doors open up into
Hate you all.
a large garden space.
Mm-hmm.
And seated on his knees like a feudal lord is Hanazono Star. He even has like his hair, like he's it's weird because it's like he's trying to cover up the fact that he's balding, but instead of like a toupee, he's actually wearing a modern interpretation of a samurai top knot.
Okay.
So like he's got the hair ring around the temples, but then there's what you assume is a
Really
false
bad
piece or
comb
something.
over.
But no, it's not. But it's a top knot, but it's done up in the style, but it is a neon red.
Okay, and it's like a Zen garden, like Mr. Miyagi's backyard, but a floor.
Always cybernetic.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Like a Yandu.
Like it must cost him a fortune of your money to maintain all of this greenery.
That's why I didn't offer to pay for that food earlier.
We got that.
And he lets a wide smile crosses his face.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you, Jack. It's been far too long.
You as well, Han. Very good to see you. Hair looks good.
Thank you.
Nice.
I don't think I've seen you in that suit before.
It's one of my many suits.
Mm.
I just don't see you very often.
Well, as I recall, you had 17 suits the last time we met, but who's counting?
Apparently you are, my friend.
Would you give her some tea?
What kind of tea is it?
Something. I pulled it out of the garden with my own hands. I mean, this machine runs itself at this point, so I'm just an old man who likes to garden.
Right. No thanks.
You don't want to try his Neo Jasmine tea?
Okay, real life Tony, anytime in a video game or anything that someone offers me a drink, I assume it's poisoned.
No, that's,
So I don't
why
drink
would
it.
he poison you?
Because he's an
Because why
asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Very well. He
I wouldn't drink it.
pours the tea. So, what brings you by? Just in the neighborhood? Wanted to visit the corporate destruction memorial?
No, what brings me by is the meeting we scheduled.
Yes, I know.
Over
Well,
the phone.
You wanted this meeting, so what do you want to talk about?
Well,
when do you want to pull your I gotta go potty move?
Oh yeah, first let me introduce my assistant, who goes by Assistant.
Oh, lovely. And you've met my assistant, Mr. Casablanca.
He did not introduce himself as such, but yes, we have met.
I'm sorry. Where's your little girl's room?
Mr. Casablanca can take you.
Thank you.
And he leads you off through a kind of winding path to a very discreet restroom on the... It's still kind of in theme, but like basically you walk... The farther you get away from Star's office, the less it's the sculpted, fakey garden and more just a, basic thing, so...
Okay. Is he gonna, like, try to come in there with me?
No, I'll wait outside.
Okay. I mean, it just might be a while, so, like, you got to do stuff to do. Like,
Nope.
okay.
Gotta drop a deuce, if you know what I mean. Gotta drop the kids off at the pool.
Not always ladylike, and I
Gotta upload the.
I'm dropping a new record, if you know what I mean.
Oh, gotta
Just,
check the bandwidth.
How did we go so long without Cyberpunk jokes?
Yeah.
I don't...
dropping off the laundry at the cleaners.
Gotta hack the mainframe.
delivering the chunky data packet.
Gotta unzip the files.
Gotta unload the supplements.
Listen, I got a big DNS flush to take.
You're fired.
404 poop not found. Okay, so he's gonna wait for you outside.
Okay.
But what are you going to do while you're?
Hack him in the face.
Yeah.
See, this is one of those moments where she's gonna start the mission and then realize she actually does have to go to the bathroom.
Well, that's why I'm actually going to use the bathroom first. Like, I'm not stupid.
I think I'm in the elevator, like, shit. I kinda gotta pee.
Yeah.
That's great. Is there anything that I can hook into the bathroom? Like,
Urinal.
no.
What is your intent? What are you trying to do?
I want to try to see if I can get to the security controls through like
Yeah, they have Ethernet in the toilet rooms.
Yeah.
No, the
You just gotta find it in the wall.
The
No,
bathroom.
you can try to. Because everything is
The bathroom is the Death Star. If you
wireless
that little-
enabled, you can try to hack through the faucet. Or the
Okay.
light switch or something like that.
yeah. I'll try like the light switch or something.
Okay.
So it's just an interface.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's gonna be an 11.
You are not going to be able to get to the security controls from here.
Okay. Not if I change my with luck.
That would cost you probably 7 points of luck.
Shit. Okay.
Mm.
So not from here.
It's a hell of a lot of luck.
Well, it's hard to hack into a security server from a light switch.
I mean,
Can't just go through the
Should've
Alexa.
used the faucet.
So,
Or
is
the
there,
bidet.
is there anything
Or the bidet.
on like Casablanca that I would know is a good place to like hit him in order to like disable him for a little bit?
Well, you could try to just hack him.
Oh,
He has cyber eyes. You
I
can
would like to
hack
try
those.
that.
Okay.
Please.
Hold on a second. Let me.
I feel like you mean with a hatchet.
Is that not what hacking means?
To you,
Hacking and slashing.
yes. All right. Let's see here. Okay, your target is going to be a 11.
having a really lucky day.
Okay, that's going to be that'll be 11.
Okay. So once again,
I'm sending you twin vibes.
You are in, and there, he's got 3 more areas to control.
Okay. I will try.
Now you can also scan to see if. So basically, you've got 2 more actions to take before he reacts. So you have a choice to make.
Okay.
You can either scan one and hopefully figure out where something cool is,
Okay.
or blindly charge into 2 areas, hoping that maybe you don't get attacked by some ice that he has uploaded into a cyber eye.
Mm-hmm.
I will choose to blindly, because that's not that
Okay.
fun.
Hold on a second. Let me. What did I tell you? The difficulty value was
11.
it 11? Okay, just to make sure that I'm consistent. Hold on a second. We're gonna do.
We also did one of Tony's big no-nos.
Which one's that?
We split the party.
We did split the party, but in a necessary manner.
Yeah.
Okay, are you going
We
into
could've been,
floor
his
2, 3, or 4?
entourage.
I'll go floor 4.
Okay.
Would have had a hard time
with
with the
a 16.
Okay. And that is where you encounter the ice.
Balls!
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Should we? So this is taking a while.
yeah, you're still waiting. Are you getting
Is
antsy?
it
and
taking
do-
long enough that we're like, we should go through the lobby and just see what's going on?
Is there a stairwell?
You would have to go into the lobby to get to the stairwell. But yes.
Fuck.
Go through the lobby.
Is there? Because there isn't really anybody there. It's an AI, right?
As far as you know, yeah.
Well, we don't really have a lot of choice, and security is always lost in a stairwell.
Can't you, like, cut through the top of the elevator?
And climb up the shaft?
Ah. Uh-huh.
I mean, like, you have claws and shit, right?
I volunteer as tribute for that.
We
Let's
can
do that. Let's
Try
break to the top of
this.
the elevator and climb.
I'm not the best at that.
Yeah, but
My
you get claws.
move in body are 6, and my everything else is 7 in strength.
Okay.
terms.
My move is a 5.
And I have
will.
+2 in
We have the
athletics.
same move.
Okay. I'll climb up the elevator shaft
And then pull us up.
and see if I can find the button to call the elevator to where we maybe need to go.
Oh.
Or pull you up.
This
I can
is-
probably pull you up.
This is splitting the party further.
I'll pull you up. I can pull you up.
You can also wait and see how the other scenes go, too.
It sounds bad.
Oh, duh! I have cyber legs with jump boosters. Okay. We're gonna cut through the top of the elevator. I'm gonna leap through and pull you up.
Leap through what?
Leap through the elevator shaft.
And to what?
A
To the
different door, which I'm gonna rip open.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Here's Johnny!
This all
This is-
sounds so bad. So, what I'm going to need you to do is you go ahead and climb the elevator shaft. I'm going to wait for you to hit a button upstairs. Because I feel like that's a lot safer than you
I
holding
would
on
love
to
it.
me and jumping and grabbing elevator slick doors and ripping them open.
You wait peacefully, and all of a sudden you just hear boing.
Luckily, I'm a medic, so I might be able to help you not die.
All right. Meanwhile,
You're not gonna let her try? Okay.
Maybe we won't get there.
so go ahead and give me an interface roll, Sarah.
Is that the...
Yes. Okay.
Oh.
That is going to be a 25.
Okay.
Boom!
So you are able So,
Lock the door.
with that roll, you can choose whether or not you want to fight the ice or if you want to jack out and not fight the ice.
But if I jack out, he's gonna know I did it.
Not with that roll.
I'll jack out.
Okay. So if you want to lay in a communication of help, help, I am trapped in a bathroom next to a solo, you can certainly which may cause more planning to occur.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to like send out that message.
Okay. Meanwhile,
With my twin brain, am I like, fuck.
no,
Ain't good.
Stuck senses are tingling.
less twin brain, more previously agreed upon transmission thing, because it's no fun to be like, do you have a radio? What's the range?
Yellow hippopotamus! Yellow hippopotamus!
The range is always the effectiveness you need. And
Right.
it cuts out exactly when it's most convenient for the storyteller.
Well, yeah, that's the way radios work.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm wondering what you're willing to do to open up this process, says Hanazono.
Well, I will not sugarcoat it. I am in a desperate situation. And I think you know full well what I mean when I say it's not me that I'm worried about.
Well, who are you worried about?
My family.
I see. So you're doing this to help them?
I mean, if this is what it takes to help them, I am willing to discuss.
That's very noble of you.
Thank you.
I apologize. I just never thought that this day would come.
Neither did I. Neither did I, Han, but, you know, it's good to have these open discussions and talk and heal.
Cut to...
I have a better plan. We go to the lobby and I cause a ruckus.
Okay.
And then what?
We bust our way in there.
Into the stairwell?
No, into wherever they're having the meeting.
The elevator.
Yeah, the stairwell, sure, and we'll run up to the...
So, before we get into plan double P, I will say that we are running close to the end of our time tonight. So I think what I kind of want to do is the
elevator jump.
well, no, yeah, do the elevator jump.
Okay.
Fail it. Then figure out a different thing.
So
Tiny's
fast forward.
A little bit of a fast forward. What I want you to... So what I'd like for everybody to do is figure out what part of the con here is important to you. We'll make a roll. If you're successful, basically that counts as a check, like a plus. If it's a fail, then it's a minus. If we get a majority of successful rolls, then you guys pull off the job. If not, then next time, Hanazono might have, some dirt on you guys. Does that sound fair?
I think
Sure.
my biggest goal is getting our data back.
Yeah.
My
Me too.
biggest goal is
And
buying them
taking him
enough
down.
time.
Okay, so why don't you give me a persuasion roll? I'm going to roll again. I'm going to do an opposed roll using Hanazono's
Bad guy skill.
bad guy skills.
So roll a d10.
And I think it's going to be his concentration. So... He got a 21.
Rude.
Wait, oh shit. Oh crap. Tawny, can you do math, please?
Give me the numbers.
8 plus 6
14.
plus
9.
9.
23.
23.
All right.
I kept misplacing what number it was because I'm
Yeah.
looking at like.
It's a lot of
So
numbers.
he did roll a 10. So he gets to roll again. If he rolls higher than a 2,
Ugh.
Cool.
What does the 0 count as?
it discounts as 10.
I'm joking.
And he rolled another 10.
Super.
Okay, we gotta bust our asses
Well,
in there.
no. It's not a coincidence that you discovered my drone and downed it, and then just happened to call the same day with a this plea of sad mercy. I expect better out of you, Jack.
Well deduced. The only problem is that the time that you've been wasting with me here, knowing that my friends have already been doing what they're doing.
Have we? We're gonna cut to that, Tawny. Flawless plan.
I don't know
plan.
that.
Believe.
I don't know it.
I trust
Yeah.
you guys. It's a dumb idea, but I trust you guys.
I am. You have to understand. I am playing a big bluff here. I have no idea.
So, why don't you go ahead and give me your athletics roll? We're gonna say it's going to be.
So with my cyber leg with jump boosters, I can leap 6 meters / yards.
What's the
straight
name
up.
of your cyber legs?
The cliffhanger Omega.
Yeah.
Right.
And I can make a leap of 6 meters / yards straight up, or make a running jump of 8 meters.
Okay, so I'm going to say to get to. So I'm assuming that you are there to save your sister. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you've got to hit a target number with your athletics check of a. Or what are you adding right now? Like, what is your athletics?
Dex +5, so 10.
So 10. I'm going to say you need to hit an 18 to successfully do this.
And I get a bonus for my cyber leg?
You get
Or
+1 because
okay.
you named them.
Okay.
And you have your luck to spend.
I'm spending all my luck. Because I just rolled a 2, so I'm spending 5 of my luck. I
Okay.
have 2 luck left.
All right. So tell me how. So
I forgot about luck.
Well, he rolled a 10. That was
Yeah.
the problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But like
Because you-
SOL.
Oh, gotcha.
We cut
Purple
to.
dice goes in jail.
We cut to Winger as she leaps, Ninja Gaiden style up the elevator shaft. How does your luck save you?
I think maybe I get halfway through one of my jumps when the cliffhanger Omega malfunctions.
Oh no!
And I have to...
Hey yo, you didn't update your driver.
Your trials expired.
Condominiums. I never use them.
Yeah.
And I have to use my Hawk 7 cyber arm with rippers to like
Ka-chunk. Okay.
stab into the, which also helps me to.
Are
Okay.
you basically playing Wolverine?
That's kind of what all solos are. Like that's what they do.
Wolverine plus Rambo.
Okay. So that was a
That's
success.
all I'm saying.
We're 1-1. How do you want to get past?
Casablanca.
So it looks like you need to get past Casablanca. You still need to get the data, and you still need to get out. So who wants to handle those pieces?
So
Getting the data,
Can I pull them
what
up
check would that be?
Through the hole that I come through?
I suppose like trying to seduce this guy would probably not be a good idea. Okay.
I'd like to see you try it though.
Would that give her time for like me to get to her?
He's not gonna go for that.
Okay. How about can I shoot him in the face with the sink? I don't even know how that like I'm thinking this removable faucet and just like shooting him in the face. I don't even know if that would cause any damage, but it seemed like a really good idea in my head. Can I just try to sneak past him?
Sure. Give me a
Okay.
sneak roll.
I got the sneaks. I do have the sneaks. 21.
He got a 19.
Hey!
So do you basically you're able to hack and shut his cyber eyes off and then sneak away?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I just or I just kind of literally I like hack my own clothing to like chameleon against the wall.
Okay.
So you predator your way out.
Yeah, just completely mud on my face, predator.
Okay.
Never seen that movie either.
That goes on the pile. The pile of movies that Tony is going to visibly force people to watch.
Yeah. Tawny revealed she hasn't seen Bill and Ted either, so.
Yeah. Alright.
Data. I want.
How are you going to get it?
I either want to have it or destroy it.
Once I get up there, am I able to push the elevator button?
Yeah, you guys can get out. That's
Okay.
fine.
If we blow up the building,
Basically,
does that
I think
count?
we're going to go have Evie try to get the data, and then you're going to handle the exit.
How big is the elevator?
Elevator size?
People size?
Why?
It's not like a freight elevator, big
No.
enough for a small sedan.
No.
It's probably big enough for a motorcycle.
I think
Which you may have in a sedan's
I would
trunk.
fry the server room.
Okay.
Just
Give-
fry it.
Give me a tech roll, basic tech. My
Alright.
target is going to be 18 here.
Alright. So
Burn
this
all
is
that luck.
plus 16.
Burn it.
It's plus 16.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Plus 9.
25.
Okay,
25. So I think
you're able to basically trigger an overheat in the server room, and like you come walking out of there just drenched in sweat.
and then probably disable whatever cooling system they have and lock the door behind me.
Okay. And the last but certainly not least.
Plus I'll hit Hanzona too.
Yeah.
Destroy all that data.
So my hope is I can basically have the car parked right outside the elevator doors.
Mhm.
Since you just climbed up, can you drop a zip line down?
Yeah.
So basically you just slide down
And can we run
the
in and be
elevator
like,
shaft.
gig is up, let's go! And like,
Well, I think you
fuck you!
you can let him know that like, okay, stop talking, time to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Also tell him I said fuck off.
Okay, so go ahead and give me that drive check.
Shut up and drive. Oh.
18.
Burn that luck.
Burn that luck. Burn,
Plus-
burn that luck.
Let's do...
No, you don't need to burn it.
Okay.
If you got an
Okay.
18, you're fine.
Okay.
Oh, good.
We don't know the checks.
Alright, so the zip line goes down. You all
Ew.
pile into the, I don't know, what is the model of your
The wheel
Ford Taurus of the future?
The wheelmobile.
Like, what's the most boring name you can think of for a
The
car?
Newford Twofford.
like the Buford Conestoga or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
The Aspen.
yeah.
That sounds pretty fancy though.
No. Aspens are the spruce.
The pine.
Sure.
No, like what's the I want what's like the most boring animal?
The Douglas cow.
I don't think
The
I like animals a
bovine?
lot.
Yeah.
It's like the possum or something.
No. Possums are fascinating. Don't you dare.
You know
Okay,
the
whoa.
ticks.
All right.
Did we just seriously both go off of
Yeah, they're like
I love possums.
They're great. Yeah.
The woodchuck.
yeah, the woodchuck.
The shrew.
Oh, no.
Okay,
No.
either way,
the leopard because it's not a friggin' jaguar. It's not cool enough to be fast like a cheetah.
But
So
they're
it's
still
just
really
the
cute.
leopard.
Leopards
All
are awesome. How dare you?
Into the leopard you go and head out from RadioStarr headquarters, having destroyed the data. And that is where we end our trip into the world of Cyberpunk Red. We'll be back for our wrap-up moments, talk a little bit about what we did, what we're going to be doing. But for tonight, our Cyberpunk Red story is complete. We'll be back in just a few moments. So until then, stay interfaced, babies. I don't know. And we're back. Welcome to the backup, the post-game wrap-up session for our Cyberpunk Red experience. I think we had a very good game tonight. I had a lot of fun trying the system out. We'd like to thank our Talsorian for getting us the materials to do so. I think what I'd like to do with this series, if we take this to series, because right now we're in the process of figuring out what we're going to be doing in 2020. I got a very sort of cyberpunk leverage vibe to this, and I think that's kind of what we would aim for. I know that a lot of the folks here at the table are big fans of that show.
You can just say me.
Leverage. No, I'm a fan too.
Oh my god, I'm joking. I'm obsessed with
it's
it.
on-
I've watched it like 3 times since it's been free on Vudu.
Only
Like, this
3?
year. Through 5 seasons. That's a lot.
It does take some time.
She
She does have to take breaks for eating and stuff.
I was gonna
Overall, I probably could watch a show forever.
What I enjoyed
recommend.
from this session was the fact that you did not immediately resort to massive amounts of violence, because I think that kind of pushes the system in different ways. I think a lot of cyberpunk, like, the idea is that, okay, the heist is we go in and we shoot everybody and then we take the stuff and then we leave. And this was much more of a leveraging plan, and I think that's going to be a little more fun for us and a little more exotic for our viewers and listeners.
I really like the fact that I can I hack it?
Yeah.
I think that's my new favorite question now.
replace what side of the hinges on.
So we've got a few things coming up. Our next series begins in 2 weeks. We're going to be doing Mystery Mixtape 88, which is our Tales from the Loop game.
I'm so excited.
We're very excited about Tales from the Loop for a variety of reasons. A, because we love Stranger Things. B, because the system is fantastic and a ton of... it's a very good interpretation of that kids and bikes style of game. I think it's going to mix 2 things that our crew does very well, which are drama scenes and creepy scenes. I think they're gonna kind of come together
Drama.
and do very well things. And we also are going to have an excellent special guest for that run. A very talented actress named Jennifer Higgins is going to be joining us. I'm thinking she might play the older sister of somebody. And, well, we'll get there. We're going to be doing our session 0 of that next week.
Let the record show that Tanya is raising her hand.
Yes, very enthusiastically. So that's going to take us through to November, and that is when our big live show is going to be happening in Madison.
I'm excited for that.
You're just
I'm
gonna-
just excited for everything. It's been a day.
It's been a day. We're going to be playing the new... we're going to be doing kind of back-to-back Free League games, because we're playing the Alien RPG at
good.
Gamehole Con. We
Buy
played...
tickets, come see us. I think they're free. Don't buy them. Just
Well,
get
but
them.
buy tickets to the con.
Buy tickets to the con.
Um,
and then come see us. You have to get tickets for that.
as a
but
matter of
they're free.
fact, if you want to get tickets, the registration for the general public
Starts
opens up this.
tomorrow.
Is it this weekend?
I thought it was
tomorrow.
Okay, that's tomorrow. Well,
Maybe
either
I
way,
got an email.
so
Look on the website.
all I know is that there are a ton of people that already have it in their wish list. So I think that it's going to be a hot seller. In addition to that game, I will be running a game of Masks. So if you want to play Masks with me, you can certainly do that. I think there's one ticket for that.
Oh, Gamehole Con registration opens this Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So this Saturday is when you can get tickets. So I'll be doing that. I'll be doing a Masks game, and I'll be doing Pugmire, and I'll also be doing a play test of the Spy game, which is finishing up its Kickstarter. If you want to play Spies using 5th edition rules, I'm going to be working on that. So all that stuff is going to be at Gamehole Con. It's going to be a ton of fun. For Alien, we're going to be announcing some special guests soon, and we'll also be announcing the details on how to donate money to Planned Parenthood to either help those guys survive their encounter or me mess with them even worse.
Save
us.
to live.
Save us!
As you can see, our rolls didn't go well this evening. So
I really need your
with
help.
your help, we can do better
I feel like
with
I feel
aliens.
like you should be giving the speech, and I'm going. I will remember.
Yeah. Please, won't you help?
So, and at this, I also want to remind everybody that if you want, please back our Patreon. We're in the process of figuring out what games we want to play next year, and we want to give a voice to our Patreon backers. Also, if you haven't already, please take the survey to let us, and that's letting us know where people are experiencing Theater of the Mind players, and that's going to kind of tell us where to focus our resources, which, you know, we enjoy doing this, but we still only have so many hours in the day and so many dollars that we can spend, so we want to make sure that we're devoting our time to the stuff that, you know, people are experiencing the most. So I think, yeah.
Can I make a small personal pitch?
Go for it.
I will be starting my own small podcast. Ethan and I are taking a backpacking trip in September, and I will be recording a podcast along our trail. It will be called the Not So Bigfoot podcast.
Because you're tiny.
Yeah. So you can follow us along our 7-day, 6-night backpacking trip along the Superior Hiking Trail
And then we're debating on taking that
into other
podcast
trips.
and then editing it into a horror podcast.
Oh yeah. We'll see how that goes. I might just stick with my kind of travelogue, but I also might turn it into a horror podcast. So we'll see.
You're just going to randomly hear Sarah being like,
I found a microphone that plugs into my phone, and it sounds pretty effing good. So.
All right, so we will be back in 2 weeks for Tales from the Loop. But until then, this is
Tawny P. Thompson.
Ethan Eichsed Anderson.
Sarah Babe.
Jordan Fishburne.
Tony Cheek.
and our Lord of the Board,
Brad Davies.
and I am Rob Whelan, signing off for Theater of the Mind players, reminding everyone, just repeat to yourself, it's just a game. I should really just relax. Have a good night, everyone.
Relaxing.